Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Paper Dungeon. Tonight we are playing D&D. I was gonna say we're playing episode 3, but that doesn't actually make sense. But we are playing D&D. This is gonna be episode 3 of chapter 2 of our main campaign. For those of you who don't know, we have our campaign broken up into different chapters. There's chapter 1, which is the first half of the campaign. 70 episodes, tons of stuff. Really great content. You definitely should go check it out. But if you don't want to work your all the way through, catching up with that, then you can just start here. Probably start at episode 1 of chapter 2. That'd probably be best. But if you want to skip 1 and 2, nothing really happened. I'll kind of recap it all. It was kind of boring. So, the rest of my players, they can be really I'm just kidding. They're all great. You definitely should go watch the first couple of episodes. Definitely get caught up because a lot happened and things went from 0 to 100 real fast.
Stuff went down. Like we were really close to throwing down hands.
They were really close to TPK.
So many hands
and they didn't even know
over the course
it.
of this campaign.
Yeah,
we were ready to throw them all down.
But we do have a few announcements to get through before we go ahead and get started with this episode. So let's see. We're gonna start with Lydia today. Lydia,
Ooh,
what you got, girl?
me.
We never start with you.
Didn't raise their hands.
We actually start with me like all the time.
No, I usually start with.
No,
I think you might be right. Never mind, Lydia, get out of here. Always trying to go first.
What?
Aaron,
Going back on your-
why don't you start with
Sup,
that?
losers?
Like that?
We have a Discord. I'm not sure if you knew about it, because if you didn't know about it, that's what you are. You're a loser. But you can not be a loser by joining it. It's really cool. We've got a really great community that doesn't call you a loser. And it is really cool over there. We have a lot of people that I'm pretty sure don't even watch the show. They just hang out in our Discord, and they're great. They're awesome. We love you guys. But yeah, it's a super great place. If you want updated on when we're doing stuff, when we're releasing stuff, if you are a sub and you want some cool sub stuff that's coming your way eventually, the Discord is where it's going to be at. So be in that. Additionally, we have a website. Don't use the link in the chat because I'm pretty sure we still haven't fixed it. It's www.thepaperdungeon, not dungeon.com. On that website, we have a merch store where you can buy merch that has our logo and stuff on it, and some things DJ said 4 years ago. It's great. Additionally, Lydia also has a merch store where you can buy her cool art on pillows and shirts and crop tops, which are just shorter shirts. And it's really great. You can also commission artwork from Lydia. You should do that because she's very good at it and she needs to pay rent. And she needs money. So, hey, that's all that I have. Back to whoever's next.
Thank you, Aaron. We're going to have Grant go ahead and go next.
Okay. Come on, Mom. I'm chewing a cheeseburger.
Not sponsored by McDonald's.
What?
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for showing up tonight. How's everybody doing, eh? How are you all doing in chat? Thanks for watching on YouTube and podcast. But besides that, getting that out of the way, I'm in a new place. Aaron, Lydia, and I living it up in a house. Excuse the echo. I'm in a new spot, trying to get it set up. I think that's it. Oh, also, I forgot my dice.
Nice.
Turns out I forgot my dice at home. I also got a DM. Is Grant quiet? So I'm going to turn myself up a touch. We're professional
I wasn't
here.
sure if it was just me or not. I'm sorry.
And I have a dice roller online, so we're gonna rock with that today. But yeah, podcast.
Do you need
YouTube,
some extra dice?
We'd love to see you live sometime.
I was gonna say,
yeah,
if you live in a
actually, that'd be
household that
great.
has 30
You know
sets
what?
of dice,
I actually
underneath
have
your tree.
dice.
I have a dice.
I'm gonna go
hotel.
grab my dice real quick from the box over there. Popcorn Drew.
Thanks for that announcement, Grant. Lydia, it's your turn.
Good work, Drew.
Hey, if you didn't already know, we're on other social medias too. We're not just on Twitch or YouTube or Spotify. We are also on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Technically Facebook, but ignore it. So yeah, go follow us on other social medias.
The quiver in the voice is really what got me, but ignore it.
That was some
Nice.
good vibrato.
Thank you. Lydia, Lydia's great like that. I think that's all of our announcements. Am I correct?
I got my dice. We're good.
Oh, good. We were worried.
Crisis averted.
With Grant having his dice, let's go ahead and get started with tonight's episode of The Paper Dungeon. Roll the clip.
Welcome to Nico Muris, a world of lost legend and forgotten lore. As the world, still recovering from the decimation of the trial, approaches the turn of the century, ancient evil returns with a lust for darkness and ruin. Follow us into a planar conspiracy as powers beyond your imagination plot the downfall of all that is right and good. 3 years have passed since our heroes fought a war to reclaim a fallen land. Now, they must once again take up arms and write a new story, a tale of glory, fear, and fortune, as they make their way through the Paper Dungeon.
Stressing me out.
We're in.
All right, and we are back. So, in our previous episodes, our party has been separated for about 3 years now. They took their time to celebrate their victories in Athala 3 years ago, having regained the country of Oclaron and the capital city of Athala in that final push in that campaign. Which point they celebrated, they went about their merry way, and they moved on to ordinary lives, no longer having to be heroes of the realm. They decided to move on and have their own personal lives. 3 years later, they all happened to find themselves accidentally together, or at least Renaya and Edward being the only two members of the original party. But their friend Leshka had been joining and hanging out with Renaya and enjoying her time, and has actually spent time with Fate's Gambit. And the wise mage known as Ebony Triplewitz has been assisting in the building of Fate's Gambit, and kind of an unknown mentor to Edward in his own way.
Preferred advisor or liaison.
Advisor, liaison, all the time.
Let's be real here. It's more like an assistant,
Like
that
an
can do
engineer.
magic.
Secretary, butler.
I think intern.
A secretary that's been around the biz for a long time. He's the one
unpaid
that
intern.
whispers into the CEO's ear after he made a mistake, and he's like, "It's actually this," and he's like, "Yeah." Yeah. They have that type of relationship. So these four characters found themselves all together in Gambit's Keep, the home of Fate's Gambit, recently completed within the last several months. And they discovered a couple different things. First of all, there has been a lot of planar traffic, unusual planar traffic, that has been causing portals for teleportation, planar travel, all those type of things to begin to go awry and to have some issues. They also discovered that Cather has not been seen for 6 months. Leshka was the last person to see him. He saw him take off into a planar portal with a member of the Autumn Daughters, the elite group of enforcers for Zestari, the Archfey that is responsible for killing Melora. If you know about her from the first half of the campaign, also a major player in the Wars for Athala. That was the last they saw of Cather, and so they decided that it's probably a good idea to check in, try and find him, make sure he's okay. And so they got in contact with Cather and discovered that he doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know how he got here, and he knows how he got there actually, but he doesn't know where he is, and he doesn't know how to get home. And so the party decided that they would figure out where he was and help him out. They discovered through the process of elimination that he is in the interplanar city of Sigil, the City of Doors, a massive hub where everybody comes and goes and is the cosmic capital of the planes, is how you can kind of think of it. It is the place to get around when it comes to planar travel. So, having known that they need to get to Sigil, they consulted with Triplet's vast memory of experiences and with Malice's ability to look into quite a few different things, and they discovered that on the familiar island of Aradoa, there is a door. This is the island that they found the Dead King's Hoard on, and unfortunately had some traumatic events with a rock slide, and so they returned to Aradoa headed down that rock slide further down into the deep, deep tunnels, and eventually they discovered the door. A simple etched door made of silver etchings just on a blank stone wall on one side of a river of magma, which they very easily all crossed. Door was unlocked. They opened it, and they all confidently stepped through, not to find themselves in Sigil, though. They found themselves in the plane of the in-between, not really a plane at all. It is this vast gray wasteland that is the in-between of all the other planes. You cannot choose to come here. You only come here when you are truly and completely lost. Not quite knowing where they were or how this plane works, they wandered around, tried to yell to each other over the howling winds with the barren landscape, and they eventually were able to find some solace of rest when they found a small ruined like hut, basically a shack, somewhere on the plane. They used that as shelter to try and brainstorm before eventually deciding that they, having no other options, would call out upon the planes to try and find anybody and anything that is living and could help them. They decided to do this after they used the Speak with Dead spell to speak to a skeleton and discover some of the secrets of the plane. And that allowed them to yell for help, that encouraged them to yell for help. And so they did. And help did come. Only it wasn't help. It was horror, as these creatures known as the Lost, these 5-armed, spine, scuttling creatures that only wish to be embraced, to be found once again, swarmed the party and threatened to tear them apart if it wasn't for the quick thinking of Triplewitz and Edward, as Triplewitz and Leshka cast the Private Sanctum spell?
Wall of Force.
Wall of Force. I'm sorry, excuse me. They cast the Wall of Force spell, buying them enough time for Edward to finish casting his Lehman's tiny hut, right?
Yep, you got it. You got it, coach.
They were able to do that, and that bought them 8 hours, at which they were able to survive the night with these scuttling creatures crawling over their dome the entire time. When they awoke, the creatures had left, and they were found by a small, very gaunt dwarven man who could not speak, as he had no tongue. It had been cut out, but through Leshka's psychic abilities, he was able to very much have a good conversation with them, and he led them to what would be a palace on this plane. It's basically an actual house. That's about it. But it is home to the sorceress known as Miriam Azima, a very old, powerful, unknown sorceress who lives on this plane simply to help out those who are in need and lost. Although Renaya would say otherwise.
Don't
They
like her.
enjoyed her company. They picked her brain before eventually discovering that she held secrets to some of their interests, things that have to do with Ruats, things that have to do with the anathema, but through both magic and willpower, she refused to speak about them. And she encouraged the destruction of any evidence to these things, and that the party forget everything they know about it. This ultimately ended up with a map that Renaya had recently found in the Scholar's Guide being burned, but through some clever thinking on Triplewitz's part, and through the assistance of Leshka and Edward and all of them, they were able to actually create the physical manifestation of a shadow of a paper that had all of the markings on it and everything like that, enough for Renaya to mark it down when they were in their own private study. You guys have been sitting in the study. You've been waiting for the time where Miriam will summon you. You guys know that right now what you're trying to do is you're trying to actually have her open a planar portal to Sigil for you. But at the moment, there are two things that are holding you guys back. She needs an anchor to either Cather or to Sigil to really lock the plane in, as planar travel is so dangerous right now that without an anchor, she can't safely promise that there's at least a marginal level that you'll actually get to Sigil. And the in between is this weird state where coming in and out of it is finicky, and so you actually have to time it right to where the edges of the plane are closest to the edges of these other planes. That allows you to have the easiest time leaving. And so right now you're waiting for that time. In the meanwhile, you guys have recreated the map that Miriam burned. You guys have been resting. And I believe that's where we left off. Am I correct?
Yeah.
I don't think you guys went to sleep. I think you guys were just hanging out.
I believe Edward had gone to his room. I think we were winding down.
Yeah, I think you guys have one like common room is where you guys are staying.
Oh, gotcha. So then we're all in the same room. I reckon.
Just like old times.
DM, we only had, and it was only like an hour or two before we would be able to leave, right?
You're not sure. She didn't give you a specific amount of time. You guys have been hanging out for about 2 hours already.
Well, how's everyone feeling?
Nice.
I'm focusing. This is Aaron, but also empathy.
Pranaya just kind of like doesn't lift her head, but does like look up towards Leshka, like clearly not happy being here, and then goes back to working on like just refining the map since it was very quickly like scribbled and things like that.
It's great to see us all in a very social, talkative, good mood, high spirits
Yes,
as we're on the, as we're almost to the city of Sigil, almost going to reunite with our dear friend Cather. It's great.
Yes, well, I would be lying if I said I wasn't concerned now. I was concerned before, but I was hoping that it was really just Cather getting himself into trouble again, and not something more. Renaya, I know it's been a long day, but would you have anything to say that could ease our conscience on really what this is all about?
Ease your conscience? Probably not. But I can give answers if that's what she wants.
That would be great.
You see Leshka like scoot a little closer to like Renaya and kind of like lean in a little bit.
Story time?
Oh, that's a story time is always the best time.
Where do I start? What's first?
Well, I guess Ruat. Maybe you've had it this whole time. You have a reason to figure this out. I don't know if that's necessarily involving Cather, unless it is. And Edward looks at her expectantly.
Before you say anything, should I leave?
I was gonna say, is this a private matter? Should this just be a conversation with you two?
No, you both have
We're not really like a
friends.
part of the
No,
team
you've
the
been
same way
dragged
that like
into
the
this
three of you
because
guys
know
are.
what's going on too.
I would
Plenty
prefer you
helpful.
stay.
Okay, that's fine.
Look, I'm sure we've done things together that are pretty impressive. I think we need all the help we can get if it's involving the Fae.
I agree.
And I would like you two to be just as in the know as us, so that there's no gray area.
We're trying to make up for Cather's traps with a lot of magic.
I mean,
And
but
I have
I mean,
some magic.
it's hard to make up. I mean, those are some massive traps, though.
It's like nothing can ever compare.
I mean,
But
they've gotten
Ruat,
bigger.
Right. Okay.
You're distracting from the point, Renaya.
Okay. So I've been trying to just figure out what Ruat's a part of. I think it has ties to me being the Halak. I think there's a big importance to it. It's from time before anything. Like, it's a big deal. It's more than just a Healy stick. And I need more than a Healy stick.
So you're saying that you believe that Ruat is connected to your whole Halak deal? What Gross has been saying you are?
There's a possibility. I don't know for sure, but I'm kind of grasping at anything now. Yes, Abinthy.
I know I'm allowed to be. Am I allowed to ask questions?
Yes.
He has a notebook out. You
Are
said
you
you
taking notes
need.
on me?
Look, my memory is very good, but I'm remembering a lot of stuff right now.
Okay.
Plus,
yeah, sorry,
I just very exerted myself trying to cast that cantrip at
That's very
7th
fair.
level.
That was really difficult. Okay. Sorry. What's your question?
You said that you need more than a Healy stick. For what purpose, may I ask?
This is where it gets complicated. Okay. Apathy, remember how I was telling you that I was like with the demon prince before?
Yes.
Okay, it has to do with
Oh,
that.
Okay, so the demon prince that you are speaking of, Gratz, am I correct there? Or is it different?
Yes.
Okay. So you were with Gratz, and by that I mean both with Gratz. Correct?
Yes.
And so has that shape? Is that what you're trying to do? Is this like a get back together gift? Because it seems a little overboard if that's the case.
No, it's not a get back together gift. And
because trust me, those don't work.
look, that's part of it. But there's more. No.
To
Floor
catch
is
you up,
yours.
Abinthy, I apologize, Renai, if I get any of this wrong. Feel free to correct me. For some time now, since before, or I guess during our early travels, we learned that Gratz was convinced that Renaya was the Halak, and I'm sure you know of the Halak. And they've been involved, now they aren't. So I can't see a motive outside of whatever Gratz has said. Maybe he's enlightened you about how to do the Halak thing. I am a little concerned just because, if I remember correctly, I think the Halak ended badly for pretty much everybody.
Aaron, roll a religion check for me.
Religion? Don't worry, it's the same as the history. Good. 22. Wait. Yeah, no. 18. I'm bad at math.
Okay, you have not heard of the Halak before.
You lost me.
Okay, so
Wait.
there's this thing called the Blood Wars
Yes, go
going
ahead.
on between
Okay, I know about
demons
that.
and devils.
Yep.
And then there's this prophecy out there that there's a Halak who is going to end that. How so is pretty unknown. Like, some think it's going to be an aid in the wars to give an upper hand to some think it's going to be divination, has to interfere with it. Nobody knows. There's so little about it. I've been trying to find anything I can for forever.
Okay. Well, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of implications to however that could end up. So many that it's not even worth the conjecture. And that's so you're supposed to put an end to the Blood Wars somehow,
Supposedly.
in some way, shape, or form.
Possibly.
And is that what this Ruat is about
you
now?
think that the Ruat is a thing for that?
No, it's...
Well, that's good. That's a sigh of relief for me, because if we're talking end of the world kind of deal, I was getting nervous, but I think if it's not quite related, I will feel better.
There's power to it. And I need access to that power.
There's power to
impress
Ruat?
Gratz?
To Ruat. And to whatever else Ruat is connected to.
And what is the other reason that you need it?
I need it because I am not free anymore.
In what regard?
Okay, another throwback.
Do you
So,
sell your soul again?
I didn't sell my soul, no.
Was your soul imprisoned?
20 questions, my favorite game.
It's kind of been imprisoned this whole time, right? Because the whole Gratz thing post-death.
Look, it's weird, okay? I don't really know what state my soul's in right now. All I know is that
Preach.
I'm stuck.
You're stuck.
I'm stuck. I got turned into a demon prince to serve
Wait,
another
turned
demon prince,
into
and
a
now I'm
demon
stuck.
prince?
Wait, hold
Yes.
on. What's the other? I didn't ask before when you told me. Which demon prince? This is now pertinent information.
Okay, how do you pronounce it, DJ?
I pronounce it Baphomet.
Okay.
Oh, Baphomet.
That's how I was thinking, but I wasn't
Yeah.
sure. Okay.
Baphomet.
Baphomet.
That face.
I mean, I know some. Like Aaron knows some Baphomet stuff. How much does Tripwitz know?
Roll a history or religion check with advantage due to personal matters.
Can Leshka also roll a history or religion check?
Yes, but not with advantage.
I figured without advantage.
Okay. 26.
Ooh, yeah, you know Baphomet. You know all the horrible stories are true and usually toned down.
I rolled a 23, by the way.
Yeah, you're pretty familiar. You've heard some pretty horrible stuff. You know that he's known as the Horned King. He's the demon prince of, I believe, like Chaos and Destruction. If I remember correctly, I might be wrong on that. But he's known as one of, if not the most powerful demon prince. He's also the cruelest of them. And some of the ridiculously horrible, gruesome, and I'm going to say cruel, for lack of a better word, stories that you have heard, they really make your stomach turn a little bit, you know? Just the idea that a creature like this exists and has that much actual malice in himself for any other living thing is disturbing.
Coincidentally, he's also the demon lord of Minotaurs. That's just... So don't try to trap him in a maze. He'll get out.
So if
Ooh, repugnant. That's a good one.
and so Renai, correct me if I'm wrong in my theory here, but you want to try to unlock some of the power of Ruat. That way you can defeat this demon prince. That way you can then be free again. That way you're no longer under this demon prince. I'm sorry. I'm hard of hearing. I'm getting old.
Yes, Leshka.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I
This
just really wanna
feels
double check.
okay. Now I might be a little like over excited and confident about that. However, I think this is doable. You know, I think this is very possible. You know, we're getting the band back together, as it were. I mean, we all know Cather's traps are like those alone could smite something. But I'm just saying, with the five of us, I think we could do something. I think we have
So
something here.
while Leshka's rambling,
Thank you. Aaron.
Oh gosh.
I don't know whether or not to ask Renaya or UDM.
Mm-hmm.
Was that legit? Like, is Renaya actually getting we're getting the rod back together to defeat a demon prince?
Roll an insight check. Lydia, roll a deception check.
I'm not very good at insight.
I don't like it.
Oh, I am proficient in insight. That makes this a 21.
I got an 11. But I mean, she's not lying.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are getting the rod to defeat a demon prince. It isn't like the demon prince is like, hey, get this rod so I can like kill everything. And you were like, I mean, I guess if I can date my boyfriend again.
I mean, you don't know that, but you do know that she's telling the truth in the idea that she's getting it to beat Baphomet.
So,
Renaya,
in other words, there's a
Pulled out
chance
his
that
readers just to give you the sus
that
look.
like Baphomet like asked her to do it, but she's gonna betray him. Because that's big brain right there.
Renaya, I
Could
am
in
confused.
character ask her this question and get
Okay.
an actual answer.
I mean, Leshka's got his
Decipher.
answer.
Renaya, I am confused.
What are you confused about?
I didn't know demon princes were like an elected position. I just thought they were like born into it, kind of. Like you're claiming to be one? Is that what's happening?
I was turned into one.
See, I don't get it. How? Is it kind of like how people just like are elected gods? Like, hey, I'm a god now, you know, in history. Kind of like that.
It
but
was a
with
couple more
demons?
steps than that, but you've got the right idea.
The word
You just don't
elected
seem
is the
demon-like to me.
is the word that you're misusing.
By
It's
democratic process.
it's more like ascended, you know.
Ascended is a good word.
DJ,
Maybe
I'm gonna
decent.
Or maybe-
I'm
yeah,
gonna
I was
message
thinking
you
the same
a
thing.
question real fast, DJ.
How
Yeah,
could
was-
you, Renaya, be a demon? I don't think like that doesn't compare in my mind. Renaya and demon? That's
mean-
just
Well,
that's a leap to me. I feel like you're.
I mean, I'm just saying, through the
Not
stories
quite
I've
that.
heard, I don't know if it's that much of a leap.
I mean, wasn't didn't Cather come back and like as like a celestial anyway? Like,
Yeah,
know what,
and I
that
don't know if
kind of
any of the stories
happened.
are true, but a solid 90% of them have her been possessed by a demon at one point.
You know, Cather kind of went to his heaven
Sorry,
and
I
came
don't.
back
You,
glowing.
it seemed like you were having this off conversation. I didn't mean to talk about you in the same room as you, but you would like.
Renaya's
Seems
like,
like you were having a connection.
pinching the bridge of her nose and has her eyes closed, and then when she opens them again, her eyes are completely black.
oh,
This again.
interesting.
That's what happened when you had the demon, remember? And it scared me. I'm somehow less scared now, even knowing you're a demon princess.
So
which
wait, is this like
is a bit confusing
is
to
this
me.
like the mark of the demon? Is that what that is?
Mark of Cain.
But you don't have the demon you told me. This is you. You have the eyes, right? Now?
She's
Hold on,
saying
I lost
yes.
You again.
I'm reading. My definite.
Yes, Edward.
Yeah.
Got it.
Hey. What does this mean?
A
Means
lot of bad things.
it means
A lot of bad things.
A lot
Did
of
you
bad
want this?
No.
See, that makes me feel better. We're on the same page here, because if I were to be honest, I didn't want you to turn into a demon either. Can I call you that? I don't know if it's offensive or weird.
Offensive.
Offensive?
No, it's not.
Yeah. Oh, no. Okay.
Yes, Aventhy.
Zoom.
I have another question. Sorry to bother.
You sounded like Winnie the Pooh.
You know,
I-
he sounded
I-
like the
Oh.
narrator for those nature documentaries.
Ooh, Bob.
Dog, my voice
David
is
Attenborough?
shreds right now. I'm like, oh bother. Oh,
Dude, you're
hello.
playing you're like playing a electric guitar, bro. Own it.
So okay, so you said that you need that it's that the is there like how do you plan to evolve Ruat? Is that I don't know if that's the word.
I'm trying to find any
Like, is
answer.
there-
This
is
is
there,
literally all
like-
I have. I have no idea what to go. That's why the map was so important, because it felt like a step. But again, I'm still in the same spot.
Right. Tell you what, frankly, I believe you implicitly. But can you tell us everything that you know?
Dump all your secrets, please.
Well, I mean, look, I
About
think that we're
what?
all on the same page here. We're looking to help you deal with your problem.
Yes.
All right.
But I want to clarify, right? Step one. Other than Cather, I don't know if he's even involved in this. But step one, evolve Ruat, as Triplewitz would say. Step two, use powerful Ruat to take down bad demon. That's not you. Take down the bad demon. Reverse your demonhood. Right? That's kind of the angle we're taking. Get Ruat, not be demon anymore. I guess.
I don't think it will work like that.
I think it's more like less like not demon anymore. Less like no longer under. No longer
a
like
promotion.
yeah.
Okay, get wand. Get a big powerful wand that does more than heal now. Defeat demon that is oppressing you.
And then take his
That-
place.
Take his place,
Promotion.
Leshka. Are you kidding me?
Promotion.
No, guys, this is not a laughing matter.
Look at it like a step up in the world.
Drew's laughing, not Leshka.
It's like a step down under the world.
But a step up in power and utility.
whose side are you on, Triplewoods?
Okay, is there
I
any other
mean-
questions or like?
Well, I would still like I don't look. I know a lot of things, and I have a very convenient spell that lets me just arcane Google search keywords and terms. But if I don't know the keywords and terms, I can't plug them in.
If you're talking about Ruat, we've already learned pretty much everything about Ruat.
Well, no. So clearly, so you had this map,
Yes.
right? Do you have any other words related to Ruat that were any clue, or did you literally just have a image?
I mean, there's this stuff on the map. There's the Lex. There's the one.
Wait, hold on.
Just
Go back.
Just the thing. Lex was on Urak Varas. Blah blah blah. I was trying to figure
Hold
it
on,
out.
Iraq Varas.
That's why I was back at the. Oh. I'm.
I
This is
forget
why I'm
what
asking.
Iraq
This is what I
Varas-
wanna
Is
know.
that the hammer? Is Iraq Varas the hammer?
I know
that
what
Lex
Iraq
had?
Varas
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, so Iraq Varas is a hammer.
I
You
c-
said
I
that there was a
couldn't
word
remember.
on the hammer.
Yes, Lex.
So where did you get the word Lex? How did you know it was on the hammer?
But there.
It was on the map?
She's pointing at the
She,
map
she
notes.
points to a piece of paper. Looking at the piece of paper, you see that there is along the bottom of it, there's half of a very crude map. On that crude map, there's one location marked with the word Justitia, I believe is how you say it.
You made
If I
it
remember
up.
correctly. I didn't make it up. It's Latin. Heck you.
Oh, okay.
How did you spell that?
Off the top of my head, I'm gonna say it's Justitia.
That's how I spelled it.
I just need to know how to pronounce it. So whatever your phonetic spelling is, that would be great.
And then also on that document, the original document looked like it had been burned, and so the bottom left corner of it had been burned off. Top right corner had been burned off, a little bit of the top left corner, and so along that top left corner, hadn't been burned, you could see three different words. You could see Ruat, you could see Lex, and you could see Justitia.
Okay, that doesn't
That's where she gets
explain.
Lex.
How did you know that it was on Iraq Varas? Did you just see it there, or did you have any other connecting link?
What?
So you saw it on.
Okay, well, I think I'm picking it up. You keep saying there's more to Ruat. There's Alex. There's this thing, maybe this other thing on this map is the other thing that we need. Is that kind of where we're going with this?
Yes.
We need all three of them, kind of deal?
Yes. Yes.
Scavenger hunt. But you never answered me implicitly, Wyatt, on what the rod will be used for. Do you want to take
I
down
don't
this
know.
demon?
I
Is
don't
that
know
it?
what it does. I'm just hoping.
And if it is powerful, what do we plan to do with it? Clearly that lady said it was dangerous, and quite frankly, that alone makes me nervous. Not knowing what we're even going to use it for makes me even more nervous, especially with all this halak talk. Not that I don't trust you, it's just... That seems like a
halak
lot of
can mean
risk.
So
is
many
what.
things, you know. The last we heard of it was that it was going to be like the halak was going to cause the gods to interfere with the wars. It wasn't going to be the end of the world. Well, maybe the end of the world, but that was another factor to it. Not as bad. Well, still pretty bad. End of the world. We don't know. It's complicated, okay? Everything's complicated, and I'm tired of everything being complicated.
Sorry.
Hey,
Not
well,
okay, God.
Abinthy will say, while this is going on, give me a minute, and he'll sit in a chair and pull his little bucket hat over his head, and he'll just mentally arcane Google Iraq Varas.
He does the Doctor Strange thing.
Okay.
It's like moving.
Yeah, like floating all over the place.
So you cast Legend
The
Lore.
latest from the Washington Post.
Excuse
You
you?
can always
Google, stop.
or go to the next
Stop.
Turn it
article.
off. Turn it off.
Stop.
Was that Siri?
No, that's
Well,
Google.
Stop.
pseudo-recorded
Hey,
system.
Google.
Hey guys, just as a
He muted
reminder,
and ran.
shout out to Twitch for just being a stellar thing in all of your surrounding
I
products.
think
I
it's
don't know if
because
that
we
was an
kept saying
Amazon
that we're
Alexa
gonna
or
Google
not.
something.
Yes.
Oh,
Uh,
I'm
the-
so sorry.
It's a Google Home.
Hey,
No,
Google,
it's not your fault.
What's the halak?
Rant. Oh, I didn't do it good. Okay. So you cast Legend Lore on Iraq Varas, correct?
Yes, that's what I'm doing. It.
I'm actually gonna do a private message.
The worst
Of
part is
course you
I
are.
might already
Okay.
know about it
Look.
because I already played this character.
You mean Kids of Trek?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in peace
Is
to
there,
the legend.
is there any other questions? Okay.
Would you prefer a PB&J sandwich or a PB and honey?
I have spice if
honey,
necessary.
Okay.
I would also like peanut butter and honey, but I do have one more.
I'm allergic to honey.
I have one more.
You thought I would say
Allergic to
peanut butter, isn't
honey?
it? You thought I would say peanuts, huh?
Goodness, Aaron.
I do have one more question, Renaya.
What?
Cather. Does he play into this at all, or are we just concerned for Cather and his Autumn Daughter friends?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't really care what Cather's up to, but I think Cather could be helpful with helping me.
Well,
He does seem remarkably powerful.
I
yes,
think
and
whatever
with
Cather's doing, he knows what he's doing. You know,
Fair,
he's
and with
plenty
the,
capable.
potential power of Ruat and the fear of that lady talking about it, I think Cather's guidance might be a good idea, actually. I mean, I think that's a worthy cause. I think we go get Cather, and I trust that he can help with Ruat. And what? I don't know how much further I could go, but I do trust your judgment. You know, with this potential world-ending device.
I want to insight check Edward.
Okay.
Go for it. Go
Yay!
inside him.
I love checking against other players. What do I
Grant, roll
roll
a
for?
deception check.
All right.
About this time, Leshka wanders over and he hands a sandwich to Renaya and a sandwich to Edward and a sandwich to Tripowitz, and then he steps away and then returns with some hot cups of tea.
You went into the library
Leshka.
with tea.
Peanut butter, honey, and tea.
And avocado.
No
An
avocado.
avocado.
Ooh,
Thanks.
jasmine. Going with the white tea.
Okay,
It's a good
I
idea
got
with
it.
the
I got
honey.
a 23.
Dang it, I got a 19. I thought that was good.
So, are you being truthful in this statement? Is there something that you might be trying, like a hidden impression that you're trying to hide?
Renaya can tell that Edward will feel. This is a lot, but you rolled pretty high. Edward will feel better about Cather being involved, but he's definitely nervous about the whole Ruat situation, particularly its potential power and the Halak. You know, he just seems concerned, is all. And a little bit like, is this a bad idea? Kind of
Yes.
thing. So,
And then the not being able to stay, is that truthful or not?
that is true. He I think you can sense that he wants to help more, but he knows he can't, kind of thing. Something's holding him back. Basically.
We're gonna come back and a thaw is gonna be gone because it's gonna be like 4 years.
Stop right
Could
now.
I examine Ruat? I don't want to intrude. It's okay if I can.
Can I stay holding it?
Yes, I just want a closer look at it.
That's fine. Just don't take it and throw it in a fire, please.
So I snuff out the fire with control flames.
Thank you.
Does this look like one of those tube Lego pieces where you could like stick things on either end of it?
It does not look like that. But you do get. Go ahead and roll on a con check.
Come on, baby. Can I get an extra pair of eyes using Thimble to grant me advantage on this?
No.
Okay, it was worth a shot.
Thimble is.
Hey, 30.
Okay.
Hey, neat. 17 plus 13. We got there.
So you can tell a few different things.
Like,
Don't lick it.
No, I would never. Magic is incredibly contaminating to the intestines. Terrible indigestion.
First of all, your initial suspicion is 100% completely correct. It is not like a Lego build or anything like that, but this is 100% an incomplete piece of a larger object. You can also tell that the abilities of it stack as it gets closer to its true form.
Are you done with your excellent? I have a number of revelations and assumptions that I am going to make in succession. Get ready for it. First off, I'm not sure if anyone knew. You may have known this already. There are more pieces to this rod.
Yes.
Okay, well, I didn't know that before. Wish that was included. Could have skipped this part. Second, I think I may know where one of them is.
Okay.
Um,
Uras?
Yes.
Yes.
Your assumption was correct. From my arcane search engine by the name of Legend Lore, locally funded and peer reviewed.
Legend Lore
It's lore
LLC.
with 2 zeros, like
It's
2 O's.
it's the
And
legend
somewhere.
Lore wiki, open source and peer reviewed and edited for only $5 a month.
You can support.
I'm
I
contractually
just-
obligated to
For only
fund it.
$5 a month, you
Um,
can support the Paper Dungeon
Yes.
online.
On
Their
Patreon.
Editors are working
Yes.
tirelessly. The dwarves were given an ancient artifact that they were entrusted to protect. They thought that the best way to do as such was to incorporate it into their most holy of weapons, which is currently sitting in our basement. And by our, I mean your. I'm basically a construction worker. I didn't mean to intrude. By
Aaron,
that assumption,
you're sitting in our basement.
maybe the
Aaron
Rock
is
for
a
Ross.
rock for us.
Maybe the Rock for us was the friends we made along the way.
Oh, I miss Tarak.
Let's assume
Oh.
that the name of said rod, if your rod is Ruat, that the name of this rod is Lex, which should
Yes.
currently be in the hilt. No idea how we're going to get it out because it's surrounded
That's what
by
I
a
was
very
trying
tough
to
metal.
do. I can't lift it.
Did you try touching the rod to it? Maybe it'll just suction to it like a magnet,
We'll try that when we get back.
and then we can destroy a priceless artifact. I don't want to make another assumption, but I'm going to make several.
Okay.
Let's assume Justicia. Is that? Am I pronouncing that correct? I can get to
Sure.
that one
I
later.
know what you're talking about.
I think
Justy.
Just Titia.
Justitia.
I think that's how you say it.
I mean, if you are using, I suppose Latin pronunciation seems right.
Yes.
Could be another name of another part of the rod.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you know?
Now, if Lex was given to the dwarves of the Alisar Mountains to
Uh-huh.
protect,
Okay.
it could be assumed, making
Okay.
a logical progressive leap,
Uh-huh.
that other parts of the rods were given to other sectors of people
Gosh
to
dang it,
protect.
Abernathy. Yes. Okay, but do we know who?
That's such a good idea.
Well, if you already knew this, why didn't you tell me in the
Because
first
it's a
place?
map. It's a map. We have to go other places to find
Well,
the
for
other
all-
parts
but I
because
don't
they've been
know.
put other places.
Who knows if the map is it? Maybe it's going to Lex. We already know where that one is. We don't
So,
know where the
I-
map's going.
If I can interject here,
Please do.
Justicia, in my mind, sounds more like the name of a place and less the name of a rod. Given the shorter, Ruat or Lex, it doesn't really make sense for the third part to be Justitia. In my
Look.
mind, that sounds more like a place. So in my mind, that's a great hit. We just need to find a city or town that used to exist called Justitia. I think.
Because mostly this is probably that you already know that the answer is correct because of information that you know that we don't know. I am going to bring up the sentence, I have a hypothesis, in which all of the words are a single syllable except for hypothesis. So which kind of contradicts your whole point, but I'll go with it anyway.
What?
Well,
I'm-
he's saying
I'm
that
so
just
lost.
Justitia can't be a name of a rod because it's too long. Because Lex and Ruat are both short words.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of long words that are not names of places.
Well, yes, but
Okay,
again, he's saying
look.
in his mind that would make more sense.
I have half a map. I have a lot of demon blood, and I have no more patience. So,
That a threat?
do we have any more information on this?
At the moment, no. In a short rest, I'll regain access to my, to a single use of my arcane search engine.
I don't think we need to do that anymore until we
Oh.
have more things.
I mean, I can always search up Justitia. Perhaps gain some information on that.
You know, live your best life.
I try every day.
Good. All right. Is that it? Are we done talking about this now?
Oh, wait. Have you had demon blood since the beginning? Your blood being black in color is... Is that what that's from?
That was the most audible head slap I've ever heard.
Lydia, how's your forehead?
I love this job. Well, I have an idea. Why don't we sleep on it? It
Are we
could be
done?
just for
Is this
short, you know?
conversation done? Do I have
I think
I-
that some rest would do
I feel
everyone
fine.
good.
I think Cather can handle this.
I think we can go to sleep now, is I think what he's trying to say. As Edward's personal translator.
Thank you, Triplewitz.
All right, short rest it is.
Very
Okay.
nice.
Or long
Actually, we
rest.
It'll
don't
be
have
okay.
time for a long one.
I was gonna say, are we
Wait,
try?
are
Are we gonna
we
try for a
waiting
long
for-
rest, or are we gonna try for a short rest?
Are we waiting for that lady to open the portal to Seagull? Is that what we're
I-
doing?
Yes.
I say if we make it to short rest time and nothing has changed and no combat has rolled, then we just keep on going.
Sounds good to
I
me.
like the idea.
Going. Okay.
Fantastic.
You guys go
When-
ahead and take a long rest.
when Abinthy and Edward go off to bed, Renaya just has
We're
the
cuddling.
most disheartened look to Leshka.
Oh,
They're trying
Leshka's-
really hard.
Leshka's in on this. Leshka knows something we don't.
Do you want a hug? Yeah, here, bring it.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, just less, just.
Aaron,
Nice
they're
to
working with
slump
information we
there.
don't know.
Hey, I would just like to state, I asked for it.
Um,
If they don't tell me, there's nothing we can do.
I'm-
So, you guys go through your long rest. Renaya, what do
Wait,
you want
was
to do?
Renai gonna say something? Oh, that's a roll.
Do
Oh, never
it.
mind.
Do it. Do
The DM influencing the roll.
Does that mean I have advantage on my roll?
Yes,
Renaya,
I like
You know-
that idea.
it. On this moral decision, I say you have advantage. Specifically, the dice is going to land on whatever thing is going to let you do the thing.
I'm just saying, if you have to double check because you got one you didn't like, you probably know which one you should do.
So then, while enveloped in hug,
Just stab.
Please.
Renaya pulls out the note she got earlier and does show it to Leshka.
So, Leshka,
That's tea.
you see a simple note. It's just one simple sentence. All it says on it is, "Did I do something wrong?" Question.
Oh, it hurts.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, it hurts.
it was a lot.
I mean, I'm very sorry, but think of it this way: we are making some progress, even if it's in small increments, and you'll be together again soon. And then you can explain this whole fiasco to him, and and he'll have a good laugh out of it. In like 1,000 years, you'll look back at this and laugh.
Did you say 1,000 years?
Yeah, he's just.
Sorry to interject. Continue. This is wonderful.
Anyway, what was that last? I think I heard like a random thought in my head from Edward while he's asleep. It happens sometimes, you know. It just kind of just.
I don't know what to do.
I know. It's scary, and confusing, but your friends are here. I'm here. Abathy's here. Edward's here. Catherine's gonna be here soon, and we're all here for you. We're all here to help you. It's gonna work out. I know it will. I don't really think it's fate. I have a strong belief in our personal abilities as people who've been around the block a couple times.
I feel like we're very complimentary.
I mean, yeah, like you got like, I don't know, on a scale of like 1 to 20, I'd rate us all at about a 12, you know. So I think if you got 5 of us here, you know, like 5 times 12 is 60, right? I feel like that's comparable to like a demon prince. Maybe.
No, I don't think so. But we'll get there.
We'll get there. And when we assemble the other pieces of Ruah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be really cool. Become a demon Prince Renaya of Conquer of Baphomet or something.
Something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The chain breaker, the freedom fighter.
We'll work on it.
We'll work on it. I mean, it took. Yeah, I'm not good at names.
Empty pulls up his head. Do you happen to know how many parts of the rod there would be?
No clue.
I'm sorry, I was taking a power nap and it came to me in a dream.
We don't know.
No?
No.
Shucks.
Did he just say shucks?
I think he did.
What a guy. All right.
Well,
it.
He's an interesting fellow. I kind of like him. However, I think he talks too much.
He just looks at Liz.
Thank you.
Interesting.
Thank you for finding my irony.
So,
Hi, Rodney.
you guys enjoy your short rest, to which you get all the benefits of. A few minutes after your short rest, as you're like just trying to kind of get into your long rest, you do hear a slam against the doors.
Oh no.
Not the doors to your room, but a slam to the big oak doors at the front of the keep.
I know.
Who
Is there an out-facing window?
Yes.
I'm not gonna get up, but Thimble's gonna run to the window and periscope up.
Make a perception check for Thimble.
Wait, are we still in that like lady who protected us?
Yes, we're still in the
place?
house.
Or yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, interesting. That's weird.
That's
Out here
a
in the
strong
shadow of the-
17.
You see little shadows whisk across the grave.
What do you see, Triplets?
Troy's is like, hold on, give me a second. And then he'll look through Thimble's eyes.
Okay. You look at Thimble's eyes. Go make a perception check with your own thing. What the heck?
18.
Okay.
I feel I'm not terribly perceptive. Perhaps there was someone else in this party far suited to this task.
You look out the window, and every once in a while you see this very quickly moving dark shape sprint across your view. As you watch a few more times, it gets more and more common before, after just a few seconds, slamming into the windowsill, you see this it's this hunched kind of purplish blue creature, sunken humanoid, but with a very round head, like almost perfectly circular, very flat face, sunken features. It has one arm that's clawed with like 3-inch talons. The other arm seems to be connected by a tendon that's like 10 or 12 feet long before there's a spike that goes through what looked like would have been its hand. So it's like at the elbow, it got cut off, and then there's a spike that's going through it and dragging its hand behind, and that's at the end of the tendon that goes up to its shoulder. It slams into your windowsill before another one, this time one that you recognize, one of the 5-armed creatures, scuttles up over it and like over the window and like looks in upside down from the window. You very quickly realize that there are many of what you guys know as Miriam explained as the Forsaken, seeming to bombard the castle.
That's gross.
How about he turns
They
around
can't get in, right?
and says,
Can we all see him?
I don't want to make any assumptions. I think we may be under siege.
Oh, nice. Nice. I mean, we should be fine, right? We're in this magical, we're in this magical inn.
No,
I
correct.
don't mean to blame you for what's about to happen, but when you're under siege, the one thing you should never ever say is that you're okay because you're in a safe location. That is how it very quickly becomes a not safe location.
At this point, the dwarf that you guys recognize, I've already forgotten his name. I can't come up with the notes.
Dave.
It was like
Daryl.
Regal or something like that.
Rupert.
Gimbus.
Rupert.
You, the
Rupert.
dwarf, Rupert, opens the doors to your common room. He doesn't have his tongue, so he just frantically waves you guys out of the common room.
We go quickly.
We follow.
I hoist my robes.
He guides
I
you back
grab my
into
tea.
the study room that Miriam is in, at which point you do see her as she is no longer sitting at one of the chairs, but she's over at a small table off to the side, and you can see that she has a number of different components and different pieces for different spells. Good. As you can see, we are under siege. A man by the name of Satiros, he
How do you spell
He-
that?
Satyros.
Like
Continue.
Satyr Oz?
He's the only other creature on this plane that has any dominion, and he fights me for it, and this is his latest in attacks and sieges. I must apologize for rushing you out quickly. Do you have an anchor? Okay.
Looks at Rena.
I mean, the
Mind
only.
you don't like it.
Wait, you have an anchor?
Yes. Fine, give it to me.
Ginger.
No.
Just kidding.
I'm sorry, but your previous actions, that's just not going to happen. I'm going to speak for her this time.
Then we won't be able to use that, and we're just going to have to wing it. All right, fine. And she just starts grabbing components and is like swishing things together and like dashing
It's like a cocktail
powder.
bar.
Oh no.
Just
like,
I
yeah,
might have a chance to end up at the
Starts doing
bottom of
flips
the
and
ocean.
stuff.
You see the
Um,
items going
okay,
out on the
DM,
crafting table?
Bottom of the ocean.
just
I'm calm.
for the sake of asking, is there any chance that Leshka would have a letter from Cather?
No.
No?
I didn't
Okay.
write
What
letters
about
to Leshka.
Edward?
Has he ever offered his handkerchief as a token, perhaps, in the middle of a joust?
I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
Sure. All right.
The thing that you guys have on you that I would be aware of is Ruat, which I would have to hand over because she has to use it as a component. so-
Now, Drew has Cather's notebook in real life.
Hey,
You know,
I like where
almost,
this is going.
but no. She's shaking up potions, at which point she then dumps it into this powder, and you watch as this crimson liquid seeps into what kind of looks like a combination of. It has the texture of like salt to it, and it seeps into this, staining the salts before she then goes about and she just starts tossing the salt on the floor to make a little circle before like going in with her finger and drawing runes in the salt. Eventually she gets to the last rune and she just quickly scribbles it in, and she's like, okay, you have like 15 seconds. Figure out where you want to go, think of it in your mind, and go.
Are you sure
Also,
this is
I
going
just
to
like to
work?
say-
You drew it in salt.
You all have been a pleasure to have here. I apologize if any of my actions
Sigil with
offended
Cather,
you.
sigil with Cather, sigil with Cather, she goes in.
Sickle with Cather. Can I steal
Sickle
a
Cather.
candlestick as we go? Like just off like a sconce. or
100%. You don't
something?
even have to roll for it. She doesn't
Great.
even know.
I just yeet it and say
have
goodbye.
been saved
So long.
by-
Let me know if you guys are ever back here. You know, it was nice having you around.
That's why I took this without asking.
I hope
To
we don't end
Sigil.
up at the bottom of the ocean. Don't think of the ocean. Don't think of the ocean.
Edward!
Thinking of the ocean. Oh no!
Sigil, Cather with Sigil, Cather with
Cather,
Sigil. I
Sigil
just
with Cather,
I
Sigil with
whack I whack Edward on the back of the head to get his mind.
Yes,
I will-
sit
I
there
will-
with Cad,
I'm
cool.
going to mentally connect with Edward and just push Sigil with Cather in his mind.
Sigil with Cather, Sigil with
Yeah,
Cather.
Edward, you feel what almost feels like a searing rod of a thought in your brain all of a sudden, as all you can focus on with intense passion is
Listen,
Cather and
traps.
Sigil.
As we telefrag Cather, he just explodes.
Telefrag.
You guys all run
Ow.
this portal, which has a faint shimmer to it. It's pretty low key. It's very low maintenance. Evanthi, Renaya, and Leshka. Well, actually, all four of you are arcane users. This is the sketchiest teleportation circle you've ever seen.
Oh, and Edward knows. This is not good, guys. We're gonna end up there half and half.
Now,
Avanti
granted,
is
this is the
incredibly
most
excited.
powerful arcane user that you've ever met, casting the sketchiest thing. So, you know, margin for error is yeah, it kind of like balances out and stuff like that. But you know,
It's,
it's still always
it's,
great.
it's a 9th level cantrip teleportation spell.
Exactly.
I
You go
don't
sprinting
feel
through.
too good. Cue nether sounds.
You go sprinting through. And as you do, as you run into this, you feel like you're running off a cliff where your feet keep going, but you're just going into the void. You're running into nothing, and you feel your stomach jump into your throat as you begin to free fall for what seems like eternity before all of a sudden your eyes are closed and you hear a faint like do, 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 as you hear basically elevator music.
Oh, I thought you were doing the wedding song. No, the
I
No,
thought
it's
you
the-
were doing
it's the
paper
theme
dolls
song.
Ba-na-ba. Oh, it was
No,
the theme
it's
song.
elevator music.
I wrote
You
that.
You should
I
have
should
went.
know what it is.
Cue our theme song as elevator music.
Yeah, I need to make this. Get some. You know,
Guys come to. You open your eyes and you find yourself in a stark, bright white room.
Not again.
It's blinding. You do hear an elevator door. Yes, you hear the ding. As you guys step out of a door of light into this blinding white room, and you can see that there are 4 seats off on one side of this room that they have white like arms and legs, like the if it were like a wooden chair, the wood is painted white and then it has like a nice tan leather cushion on it. You see those 4 seats,
are we?
and it's
Let-
nothing else. It
let's-
is a blank void.
Leshka
around
checks his pulse.
Did we die?
You have a
Is
pulse.
this it?
I check Leshka's pulse.
I
Leshka
checked
has
Leshka's
a-
pulse.
Okay.
Leshka still has a pulse.
I just sit in the chair, dog. First of all, it looks comfortable.
It's actually surprisingly comfy.
Now, okay,
Does
now
it eat Abinthy?
Yes.
What?
You do sit down in the chair, and you do actually have a little jolt. You know, you don't quite sit on like a pin per se, but you do sit down and then go as you pull out a small bronze gear from under your butt.
Not there when you sat down.
Hmm?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Is there others on the other chairs?
I don't know. Look over the other chairs.
Make an investigation check.
You know, we knew a guy who sat in a chair once and
I'm
he
going-
almost lost
can I
all
help
of his
since
flesh.
I-
Natural 20.
never
Nice.
mind.
That is the
I don't
only
need-
gear. It looks almost as if whoever placed these chairs dropped the gear.
Oh. No, that's not good. Do I know about interplanar customs?
Roll a history
What, room
check.
service messed up? Interplanar
Okay,
room service?
28.
Yeah, you very much immediately realize the creature that would leave this behind, at least.
Oh.
We're at interplanar TCA.
What does
does
that
that mean?
You know the place where you check your bags at the airport?
No. I don't know what that is.
You've never gone on a boat before and they've been like, let's make sure you don't have like an explosive device in your backpack?
Yeah, okay, yeah, they make sure that you're not, like, smuggling, that kind of
Yeah.
thing. Wait a second.
It's not TCA, it's TSA. Sorry, wrong initial.
She teleported us to a...
Well, no. You see, when you're traveling through the planes of existence, the Mechanus kind of acts as interplanar, not police, but like regulation, where their whole job is to make sure that you're not none of you have an interplanar criminal record, do you?
Not, I mean, we've been in the Fae, not that I know of.
Have you ever transported illegal substances?
Probably, I don't know.
What
There's been a lot of
considered
weird things that have
illegal?
happened. We've never been caught.
If you
by
don't know
this
what's
thing.
illegal, the answer is probably not. Of
Hey,
anything
hey,
else?
DM,
Do
has
you
could
have
you
any? Do
possibly
you have any
regulate interplanar
containers with
travel?
liquids in them, roughly this tall?
hey
Yes,
DM has Leshka gotten in trouble with interplanar police before?
Leshka mostly sticks to the material plane at the moment.
Okay, good. Good.
Just like,
As you guys sit here and debate this, a door of blinding white light does open, and you see a
Wait.
yes, you hear that noise as the door opens, and then you see a interesting creature in front of you. It looks like if a Jack in the Box wasn't creepy and was just a living creature. You have a box on the bottom, and then there is kind of like a spring that connects to another box on the top, and there's gears around the spring. In the front face of the top box, there's a face. Coming off the sides of that box are two spindly kind of mechanical arms, and then coming off the sides of the bottom box, you have two inverted legs. They're like the hind horse legs, like animal legs, where they bend backwards to humans. It has these big old thick goggles over the eyes. The nose is kind of like pressed up. It's very flat faced, as it's literally just a square. But you see, Ebonthi, what you'd recognize to be a Dodron, looks like that for all the friends at
So
home.
it's the
one.
fantasy equivalent of a robot.
But like they're fleshy in like a weird way.
Yeah.
What the heck?
It's like if you
Yeah.
squished a body into a mechanical box.
Stop.
But it's like
Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Except
We're
way
in
more
FNAF.
angular. I'm sorry, what was that? I missed it.
What is that?
Yes, hello, sir. Don't worry. Oh, I shoot a look at my tailor's pack and do a mental inventory of do I have any illegal things on this bag?
You do not at the moment.
Oh, thank God, I kept them in my interplanar box.
Tripowitz
I mean,
tosses a
what?
bag of something behind him.
Welcome to Sigil. I would like to be the first to welcome you. Unfortunately, you are not allowed to enter at the moment.
Is there a
Please
reason?
enjoy your travels and come again.
We paid good money for this ride.
Is there a reason we can't enter Sigil
Yeah.
right now?
Sigil is in lockdown. There was an attack. Nobody going in, nobody going out.
And is there an estimated wait time before we can enter Sigil?
Time.
How long must we
Okay,
sit
how did you-
here before we can enter Sigil?
Until the coast is clear.
And you can tell that he's like mentally computing if that's an actual phrase in common.
And
How do- okay,
Drones
how do we-
can
how-
only
is there a way we-
process two things at the same time. So
How-
try to keep your questions pretty linear.
okay,
How do
What's
we
the meaning of
leave?
life? I'm just kidding.
The
Leave
answer is 42. Just call it at that.
Opens a beam of light in the side of the room.
what do we do? Do we have to think of a place and then we'll go through that?
We're actually here to pick someone up.
Nobody in.
We're their
nobody out.
ride.
Right. So, like, if we walk through that door, that's like how we go away from Sigil.
Away from Sigil.
Where's the door that goes to Sigil? Just as a basic question.
Yeah.
But
Could
when
you
it's
show
not
us?
in lockdown.
Maybe open the door. Let's peek in, see if we can see him. Maybe.
There's little smoke coming out of the side of the
Too many
box.
questions, team. Too many questions.
Leave.
Wow.
What if I
he
said
didn't
Have
even-
no?
a pleasant day. No.
Okay,
Triplewitz, I don't think this guy's
yeah,
budget.
I don't want to
As a
necessarily
look of
die.
he cannot compute you saying no to his ultimate authority.
I have some money. Wait,
Bribing is not a good plan with the Modrons. That's a real bad play. That's a definite crime. How do I say this? Yeah, we went through a lot of work to get here. I don't want to make it. Can I, hey gang, can I make a unsanctioned, opinionated guess?
Are
I'm
you
asking the
asking
group
us?
here. Yes, I'd say,
Hey.
hey, group huddle.
Yes, Triplewitz, do
Leshka, are
anything
you
you'd
mind
like.
linked with me?
I mean, I can link all of us if we want that to happen.
Are you?
Currently, I'm technically mind linked with Edward.
Oh, take that, Renaya.
As there's a Syrian hot rod of iron, and Edward can't think of anything but Sigil and
My
Cather.
eye has been twitching.
Renaya's like,
I
Leshka?
disconnect with Edward, and I connect to Renaya.
Oh, that
Leshka?
sucked.
can you do anything that makes like a bright light?
I mean, I have this the light cantrip.
Similar to like, can you make it look like that door opening again?
Can I make it look like the door? I mean, that's more in the realm of like an illusion. I don't really do illusions.
Just make it like that brightness, that blinding brightness was like.
Okay.
Make it look like that.
Okay, I could
Bring
try.
it to that level, kind of deal. Can you
Okay.
do that?
I could try.
Hey, let me double check and make sure I can actually do what I'm wanting to do.
Doesn't Edward have like an illusion spell? He can like just make a whole door.
Hold on a second. I'm reading.
I mean, guys.
So on
So
Thursday,
guys,
I
worst comes to
understand.
worst, we just have to sit here and wait for the city to
Abinthy
exit
has
lockdown.
been waiting for a response.
We could
Sorry,
kill
what
this
was
thing.
did you ask a question?
I asked a question to the group, and
Oh,
Abinthy
just
said he's looking
Hey,
at
go-
Renaya
yes,
and
go
Leshka
ahead.
just staring at
And then
each other.
everybody, and then Renaya and Leshka just started like staring at each other.
Because I have an idea, Leshka.
Okay, I think Empathy wants to try something real quick, so maybe we'll let him do that first, and then we'll do your thing after if his thing doesn't work.
Wait, sorry, sorry, Abinthy. All I've been able to think about is Cather.
That's very fair. I'm sure he's wonderful. I was
Cather
just
and his
wondering
traps.
if I could make a completely biased, out of nowhere assumption, ask the Modron, and it could irretrievably affect this company.
This company.
I
Well,
mean-
Like the company of us four.
if it gets us to Cather, just
I
don't kill
can
us.
neither guarantee nor disprove that it would.
You're not going to make another salt rune, are you?
No, I don't know how to. That magic is. Look, I'm more of a sugar guy. Cholesterol is through the roof. Can I ask the question or not? I
yeah,
can't
like, go-
guarantee.
Whatever you
If you tell me
go.
no, I won't.
Go ahead.
Go, sure, why not?
I turn to the Modron and I say, "What if I told you we are trying to get to most likely the person who caused or was a part of this incident?"
We don't know that, Triplewitz.
I asked you if I could make a completely unknown assumption to the situation, and you said go for it, so I went for it.
Well, let's
This
just
is
see
what happens
does.
when you answer yes to questions you don't understand.
The authorities are looking into us.
We are, but what if
Bright light. Leshka, make the bright light. Leshka, make the bright light.
I make the right light?
Okay.
What do you make the
Another
bright
door.
light? In the midst of the bright light happening, I'm going to cast disguise self, and I'm gonna try to make myself look as much like this guy. This like, what's it called?
The
Duodrone.
This is a duodrone.
I wanna try to look as similar to him as I can.
I'm okay.
This is awesome. I
what
love
you're
this idea.
You're using disguise self?
Yes, because I have the mask of many faces as one of my indications.
Yes. Let me just look at some details of that spell. 'cause
It
might-
says
Times, part of the
I can
Dungeoneers.
seem 1 foot shorter or taller and can appear thin, fat, or in between. I can't change my body type, so I must adopt a form that has the same basic arrangement of limbs. But I want to make them look as like this fleshy mechanical thingy as possible.
I mean, technically, a duodrone does have the same arrangement of limbs.
That's what I'm saying.
I love this idea.
And I believe you're also. I think they're medium creatures too. I'm not 100% sure on this.
They're a construct.
That's a creature.
It doesn't.
Mama.
It doesn't say anything about it having to be a humanoid.
That's what I was double checking.
This is book
I'm all
part of the
for
Big
it.
Dungeon
As
with
a
the
DM, I'm
Part of the
saying go
compilation.
for it.
What do you think?
Fantastic comedic timing there,
What do you
Grant.
think? What do you
Thank you.
think? What do you think?
Sure, you can disguise self as a duodrone.
I do that.
Fit droids and fur bots fit. Droids and fur bots.
Update.
This is awesome.
Receiving.
Sigil is no longer in lockdown.
It's oh god, you blew it on the name. It's Sigil.
He cocks his head. The spring bends sideways as he completely turns over sideways to cock his head to look at you.
I'm impersonating a police officer to the list of crimes.
Oh no.
Make a deception check with disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
It's disadvantage. It would have been advantage, or not advantage. It would have been just normal because you actually you didn't have a chance unless you were a Modron, so that gave you just a chance, which would have been not with advantage. But then you said sigil, and that is a
That's
major.
on Lydia. That's not on Renaya.
That's a major crime in this.
That's
Renaya
true.
would
But,
know.
like, there's a light for
How do
a
you know?
door. She looks
I was
like
just
a
going to say you probably have
robot.
disadvantage because they're a hive mind. So
That's also true. Okay, fine. I will not give you disadvantage, but I'm not giving you advantage either.
That's
But
fine.
roll.
Okay.
That's
Hey,
gracious,
Renaya,
'cause
Renaya,
that's gracious.
Lydia, before you roll, it'd be really good to like get like a natural 20 or something on this.
That would be really cool.
Using his powers.
What am I doing? Deception?
Deception check.
Is that elevator music still playing?
Yes.
Oh, it was so close. It's that'll be a 22. It was a 19.
Good.
Stay. And then he turns and he disappears through a beam of light.
Wait.
Thank you.
Yep.
You see that the portal to leave Sigil is still open.
To leave Sigil, yes.
okay.
Oh,
Can
not
I
to enter Sigil.
examine the portal?
Uh,
Is it just a beam of light? Are there runes or
It's-
anything?
no, there's no runes. It's like a hospital sanitized wall, like bright neon white, and then there's just a beam of bright neon white light that is in the vague shape of a rectangle.
Okay, I don't know if there's any ruling as to how I would do this. Can I attempt to interfere with the magic so instead of saying out, it says in?
Wow, that sounds
I
like
I just want to turn
risky
this
business.
exit
Can I
into an
help him?
entrance.
Do you have a spell for that?
I have the spell Detect Magic and a whole lot of Arcana.
Wait, because I know
I have the spell
dispel
Vortex
magic.
Warp, which is a teleportation.
I know dispel magic. Can I work with Aventhy to like twist dispel to dispel that part?
Let's
and then
just see if we can
work-
create a spell
Can we
off-
be so creative
in the middle of
here?
this neutral environment.
How
Make
can
it
we
an Arcana
break
check.
DJ's plans?
Make an Arcana check with disadvantage, as this
Hold
is
on.
borderline breaking the rules of magic in every way, shape, and form.
Hey, no,
Edward
I'm just
plays-
rewriting a spell. We do that all the time. Sorcerers do that naturally.
Edward plays a lively jig to help with morale.
Let's see just how much we can get away with.
Grant, was that your way of giving a bardic inspiration?
Yeah. I didn't think of it that way, but absolutely it was.
Lydia, do you got a guidance before I roll this?
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
Aaron.
Yeah, buddy.
I would recommend a 15 or above.
Okay.
On the die.
Oh my god.
Get a 15 or above on the die.
Okay. Well. Okay. So we have a slightly less good number. Let's roll a thing here. Okay. And then let's roll that guidance. Ha-cha-cha. 34.
Okay.
It's a 34. That's what I got.
I know.
That's all I have.
See, I just had to think about it because normally, if you were creating a spell, like creating a spell or changing a spell is not impossible or anything like that. But normally, it'd be like, okay, here's a check for like figuring out the first part of it, and then 3 days later, you do a check for like figuring out the next part of it, stuff like that. It's not
want to change
usually
one
like
word.
that. I'm gonna figure out a spell in the last minute situation.
In
Oh no,
the
DJ went
arcane
skater.
language, I just want to find the word that says in the sentence teleportation out of sigil to in of sigil.
Enough sigil.
That's all I want.
It's just one line of
Just
code.
one
DM.
word. It's 2
Hey
letters.
Google,
You just have to find
how
the
do you
word
change a
code.
spell?
I
It
mean,
didn't work.
I'm curious of whether or not we're actually on the plane, like the same plane as Sigil right now, or not.
Seagull isn't really on a plane. It's kind of floating. It's like its own like rock.
It's hanging out.
I mean, because it's in the it's on the
You-
astral plane.
I tell you
right?
what, you think you might have done something.
I can't
Something.
guarantee our lives.
What?
I have done something. Renaya can absolutely tell. You can check it out. I don't know what's
well,
going to
here's the
happen
deal.
anymore.
I think I just committed a crime, so I gotta go.
Oh,
and Renaya's gonna
well,
go
if
in.
we stay here, we're done.
Oh God! Just
Okay, to clarify,
deleted.
DM, I'm still connected mentally to Renaya.
Haley Severs.
Okay.
I suppose that our journey now is go into the portal. I was going to ask one of the Modrons to go through first to see whether or not they would die instantly, but I guess we just full commit now.
Wait.
Ah!
Abby.
I just go into the portal.
Oh no! If we stay here, we might be captured by the
this
inner
is a
plane or
very
police
bad
and
idea.
tortured or imprisoned for life or worse. I guess this is probably a
Leshka,
better
just push
option.
him in.
I don't know if Leshka wants to go in.
Leshka, we need to go or stay
Alright, boy.
here. Make a choice.
You're going to leave Abinthy and Renaya in the same room together?
At this moment, Leshka and Edward, another beam of light does appear on the other side of the room. And you watch
We go-
as
we
a
go through. I'm
small
going through.
army of Modrons starts marching
Oh no!
through the room.
How do you close the door
I grab
behind us?
Edward and I run out. I run out.
You guys sprint out this door. Have you guys ever heard the word like telefrag?
Yeah, I used it
Yeah,
earlier in
he
this
used it
section.
earlier.
Oh, you did use it earlier. Yeah. So you guys launch yourself through this portal.
Yep.
You all take
Uh-oh.
A lot of
He
damage.
just empties the box into the tray.
let's see.
You all take 100 points of damage.
We'll go with no, it's not that much. We're gonna go with a solid 48.
Oh, 4d8. That's
4d8.
Oh, you guys are lucky. 14 points of psychic damage.
Of psychic damage. Ooh, I'm resistant to that.
You're like, I get telefragged every other week. This is like a Thursday night.
I mean, to be fair, the teleportation circles for the Scholar's Guide, some of them are very old.
I mean, some of them are very sketchy. Yes. Some people never come back.
Speaking of those teleportation circles, you guys sprint through this beam of light, and again, you have that sensation of running off of a cliff. Your throat jumps, or your stomach jumps into your throat. All of a sudden, you feel weightless. All of a sudden, you're free falling. In the middle of it, you like glitch as your atoms just don't jive with where they're at, and you find yourselves on a teleportation circle. you immediately recognize to be on the material plane.
Dang it.
Well, it's
Damn
better than
it.
it's better than being frazzled and like dispersed randomly among the planes. You know what I mean?
Now I'm just disappointed in myself.
You notice that Edward at the moment has Leshka's arms.
Oh, come on. Ooh,
A second later,
that
they
was-
just switch and they switch back.
Okay, that's better.
And for a moment, Abinthy has Renaya's hips. It's wild.
Just quite,
He's like, oh,
this
is
spindly old man suddenly has curves in all the right places.
Oh,
You know?
fantastic.
Should we be
That's what
concerned
it's
about
like.
this?
Yeah, you recognize that you're on the material plane. You don't know where you are, aside from the fact that you have somehow connected to a teleportation circle.
Are we just in like a room?
Yeah.
I
Are
walk
we
out
in
the door.
Gambit's
Leshka, make a history check.
21.
Okay.
Tell me, and we're in one of the abandoned sections that like hasn't been opened of the Scholar's Guide, and we have to wait for the next 1,000 years before something happens.
Not quite.
Dang it.
Leshka, you feel a chill roll down your spine as you flash back to memories of death and frostbite, as you recognize the fact that you guys are in Terra Colobos' castle.
Oh. Okay. That's just Leshka just kind of opens the door and kind of peeks his head out. It's like, oh, I know where we are. Renaya, we're on Terra Colomos' island.
Okay.
This is no longer Terra Colomos' island.
That is very true, actually. Now that you think about it, now that you say that, that is very true.
What do we do now?
Whose island is it now?
I would like to point out that on the bright side,
We're all
now
still
we can
alive.
go check out Rock for Ross a lot easier. You can do some cool little rod tricks. It's going to be great.
That
Leshka,
is true.
you have a little stone in
Mhm.
your hip pocket.
Uh-huh.
It's the equivalent of a pager, basically. Immediately, now that you're back in cell service, your little stone just starts buzzing.
He picks it up. Hello.
Immediately, you have the psychic link. You don't even have to pick it up. But
No, okay.
immediately, you just have like an inbox full of messages, all within the last hour or so, talking about the Scholar's Guide, which is currently under attack.
You see, the problem is
Leshka,
you
you
have...
look stressed.
We have to get to the Scholar's Guide.
Wireless,
Leshka
which
immediately
doesn't
starts
have-
like drawing
Leshka,
runes
Leshka,
on the
Leshka,
ground.
Renaya's
Oh
like,
no,
like,
we're in trouble.
trying to-
Oh, we're in
Leshka,
trouble with the
Leshka,
Scholar's
what's
Guide.
going
This
on?
will
What's
mess
going
everything
on?
up.
Leshka, what's happening?
I have a reputation.
The Scholar's Guide's under attack. The Scholar's Guide's under attack. The Scholar's
Then why are
Guide
we
is under
going there?
attack.
We don't want to go there. We don't
Yes,
want
we
to go there
do.
if it's under attack. No,
It
no.
could be Madrons.
Why is the scholar? By who? What's going? What?
I don't know. I ask.
You're getting the pager.
I mean, okay.
No,
I sent a message back.
I'm-
Who's being attacked by? Do we know?
There are 2 dragons that are currently assaulting the Scholar's Guide.
Ah!
Two dragons?
We
Oh,
don't
no.
have a catheter. We can't do this.
Yes, we
Don't
can.
tell me it's
Yes, we
a
can. We
dying
have
dog.
to.
What are the
What-
what are the robots?
Cather-
called?
Cather's
Don't tell me
terrible
it's
at
the
fighting
robots.
dragons.
Cather, if you can hear me, this would be a
Cather's
great
really
time
bad
to
at fighting
dive out of
dragons.
the sky, tackle those dragons, and
Dragons?
come over here.
Oh, so we're not in trouble. It's
You get
just
another
dragons.
page immediately calling all
Yeah, I know.
members of the Scholar's Guide.
I know. I'm halfway
Help is
through my
needed
room.
immediately.
I'm halfway through my teleportation circle. All right, I'm trying. Do I
You
finish
should
my
just
thing?
use the one that's
Not in
already on the
mood to fight a
ground.
dragon.
Do I do it? Do I do the thing?
Yeah, all you have to do is just input the location. It's like, you know how it's like you have a like zip code,
Yeah, perfect. I do that.
planar portals.
I do the
all you have
thing.
to do is just like input your zip code, and then the planar portal. will
Yeah,
work.
I input my zip code, passcode, Scholar's Guide member, Leshka Nazir. Go.
Leshka 000.
You guys watch as the
Leshka is cool
the
with a
runes
Z.
along the teleportation circle glow in a much stronger, much more sturdy manner than those of the ones written in salts. As the teleportation hums to life, and Leshka just yeets himself through it.
I think that we
Alright.
just go. I think we
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe they'll owe us something and give us
I'm
some
not
cool
in the mood
books.
for dragons. We're like,
I'm
Wait.
always in the mood for dragons.
What if we
Huzzah!
just did
Huzzah!
go? Is this really our problem?
Edward's by himself.
Oh, why does he do that?
I've abandoned Edward like 5 times in one session.
Well, I don't know how to work this.
It's
This
still
is just
dope.
a
Do
door,
I
dog.
probably. I do know how to. Oh, whatever. What have I got to lose? They can teleport me back to the fortress if I need. And I just go through, I guess.
You guys teleport into the teleportation room of the Scholar's Guide. You guys know it's on the lower level beneath the demi-plane that the Scholar's Guide really is. And you immediately hear the sounds of battle. You hear draconic roars echoing in the distance. You hear mages and scroll sages and all of the members of the Scholar's Guides yelling and screaming. You hear glass shattering, things breaking, and that's where we're going to pick up in just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and take a little bit of a break. It's only like 5-10 minutes early, so sorry about that, but we'll be back in just like 10 or 15 minutes to see what the heck is going on in the Scholar's Guide and what these guys are going to do about it,
Not
because
gonna
2
lie.
dragons is hard.
Did not expect to end up at the Scholar's Guide with dragons attacking. It was not on my radar, but here
Isn't
we
that
are.
fun? Don't you just love it when I throw you for a loop?
Don't you love
This-
D&D?
My favorite thing is basically the past 2 sessions have been, hey guys, go do this thing. No. They just pimp slap us away. You're like, here, have this. Ha! You just rip it out of our hands.
Yes, that has been the point.
Seriously.
But we will be back in just 10 or 15 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We're not going
Cue the
anywhere.
elevator music.
Do, do.
Hello, and
Welcome back.
welcome back to the paper dungeon.
Hey.
I did not appreciate your elven flair. Only Aaron's. Sorry, that was me. You're actually doing really great, buddy. I'm really glad you're here. You're a great guy, you know
Way
that?
to be very positive.
Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
So
So-
I take it back.
We
I was gonna
are
say the
in the
kiss,
midst
really.
of a battle. You guys arrive at the teleportation circle in the scholar's guide. You immediately sprint up the stairs and kind of wrap around this circular platform that the main level of the scholar's guide sits on. As you guys rush up the stairs, you can see two things. You see a green dragon. It's almost cactus-like. It is this large, pretty spindly, honestly. Not a very like muscular dragon, but a little bit more elegant with it. Covered in these long, much longer than they probably should be, ornate spikes all over its body, along with the traditional frill that goes down the middle of its back. And it is currently sitting on its hind legs, front legs in front, off to one side as it just blows its breath weapon at just poisonous breath across the entrance to, or kind of around itself, and kind of position itself there. You hear in the distance large roars and kind of a battle going on, but you can't see it at the moment. You do see off, kind of close to where you guys are at, there's actually a table of mages who are sitting at that table. Not sitting, but they're standing around the table. It looks like they're like brainstorming. They're like planning. It seems like this is like the war table right now.
Great.
But they're like next to the dragon.
So it's like the dragon's over here, and he's creating this ring of poison breath around him, so nobody can get to him. And then across the main hall of the Scholar's Guide, on the other side, there is the a circle of mages around a table who are making plans. You can see they're like eyeballing him, but currently that dragon isn't doing anything. It's just sitting there encircling itself with this poisonous breath.
Should we confer with the circle of mages? And
The
understand
Lester's
the
already over,
situation?
walking over there.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the two that don't live here. We can't hear you. Your voice was lost in teleportation. It's because of Fortnite,
Well, I
isn't
don't know
it?
what else we do. I suppose we better talk to them.
Onward, Renaya, are you with us?
Yeah.
When did
let's
it get
go,
so
let's go.
adventurous?
Fighting
Forsooth!
dragons again.
I had
You guys
off that
approach the table, and
For
they look up
Sue.
and they see Leshka. Leshka, you recognize one of the librarians that you're closest to, and one of the head librarians, Lorenzen Oliveris. He's the head librarian of Lost Lords, that section that Lydia was looking through earlier. He is currently one of the mages, and he sees you and he goes, "Ah, Leshka, come. I'm glad you could join us. I see you brought friends. Good."
Yes, what is it that has happened? Where have these dragons come from?
We do not know where they hail from, although we do know who they are. We're looking at, currently this one is Unduskfell.
You said what was the name?
Unduskfell. Anduskfel.
And that's the green one?
That's the green one.
The Dractus.
Yes, the
looking at it-
Yes, the Dractus.
Letter name.
You
Was
can see
that a
that this
play
dragon.
on dragon and cactus.
Yes, it was.
You can see that this dragon is sitting there very patiently. It's on its hind legs, almost resting like, you know how like a cat sits when it's like, you know, just
With the
sitting
tail
there?
wrapped around over
Yeah,
front
the tail wrapped
paws.
around, exactly. It's sitting there just like that. It just has this green billow of smoke just kind of billowing out of its nostrils slowly, creating this ring around itself. It has, like I said, it has a number of extra spines and horns, and they're all elongated and sharpened more so than they normally would be. You can see from many of the horns around his head, he has a number of these gold rings that hang, like gold loops that hang from his horns, almost kind of like Kiyomora's did, where they they drilled through the horns and they had like the loops, almost kind of like earrings, but on the horns. And like I said, he has a very cactus-like appearance. The other dragon is proven to be a little more aggressive. Let's see if I can say this right. Varim Raisir. Vureem. Sorry, Aaron, I saw your look.
He starts spelling it.
Rysear. Aaron looked at me like, okay. Glad you said that.
I
Doesn't
need
matter.
it for a spell.
Otherwise known as the Blue Dawn.
Oh.
Like
Is he? I take it he's a blue dragon.
That's ironic.
He's a sapphire dragon.
Sapphire.
And do you
What-
have any
what
idea
do
what
the-
they're doing with the Scholar's Guide?
They are attempting to break into the library referring to the trials.
Oh.
Do you have access to that one yet, or
No.
so is this a bad thing?
Depending. There is a number of issues that they have also incurred, but that is potentially beneficial if it results in the new library being opened. The problem is that Varim Rasir is much more brash, aggressive, and does not care about the collateral damage of the library as long as it results in the opening of the trials.
Well, we certainly can't risk destroying the library.
And really, we can't risk them getting access to that knowledge.
That is also in debate. What they're looking for, we do not know, but whatever it is, it might not be good. Then again, Varim Raisir is the Prince of the Dragons. It is hard to dispute with
Is the
him.
Prince of the Dragons? Like he was like Terracolamos's,
No, like his dad is the new king.
Oh, his dad is okay.
Rykorum is
Oh,
the king of the dragons.
our neighbor, his son. Seriously?
Oh my god.
We bought the lands.
Come on.
And we thought the neighbors were going to be great.
No. Rykorum doesn't live in Terracolamos's keep. That's not the home of the king. That was
okay.
his personal keep. Rykorum, you guys have never met Rykorum. You've heard of his ferocity before, but you've never met him.
So he
You
just stopped
are-
by to get the orb of the Dragon King and then left.
You guys don't know what happened
So,
to that
like-
because you guys gave it to
Fighting.
Lada.
I don't know if this
Right.
is entirely a bad thing. I mean, they get open, and then look, because if we're gonna end up having to fight them, we might as well let them open it, get access to the information that could be beneficial to what we're looking for, then fight them.
DM, remind us, what is the challenge to open the library to the trial?
Outside of the library of the trials. So just so you guys know, here's a layout of the Scholar's Guide. You know, you have the main hall,
Yeah.
and then you have all the study rooms and everything like that, and then you have
Yeah.
these hallways that go out to the outer libraries, everything like that.
Yeah.
This one's the first one, and then it goes around from there. So number 3, which would be this one, is the entrance to the hall of the trials.
Yep.
Right here at this entrance is where Duskfell is currently sitting and guarding, basically.
Okay.
Just so you guys know for layout. In front of the hall of trials has been this massive statue, like a 200-foot statue that has always guarded the door. Anytime anyone challenged it, they usually got like smoked within seconds.
I see.
So right now, it's potentially there's potential that this dragon could do it, but go ahead and make a history check, everybody, just because I'm curious.
Come on, Aaron. Roll in the bucks. Ooh. 28.
Was this
17.
history?
22.
24.
Ooh.
So the boys, Renai, you've been off on a different plane of existence. You haven't been paying attention to draconic hierarchy at the moment. You've been dealing with different hierarchies.
I have different
Also starting with D's,
Yes.
demons and devils.
A different friend group.
But
Different
for the rest of you guys who have had to keep up with the politics of it all, you guys know that Rykorum became the King of the Dragons a few years ago, basically right after the siege on Athala. Rykorum is one of the few gem great worms. But his son is only 213 years old. He's still just considered an adult dragon. He's not an ancient dragon.
Oh, still a youngin.
Still a baby. And Duskfell is still considered an adult dragon, not quite an ancient dragon, but he's much, much older at 648 years old. And is much more low-key. You guys don't know who Duskfell is until this moment. But from what you've heard about it, Rykorum is powerful. He is dangerous. He's aggressive. He's ambitious. He's wanting to... you know that he wants a return to a state of time where dragons had more sway in the world than they do now. And Varin Raisir is very similar to his father. He's very ambitious. He's a little bit more brash. He's not quite as wizened as his father. He's not as battle hardened. Still very, very powerful. Still could at some point in 4,000 years he could become a great worm himself. He's on that track. But he does have an attitude of entitlement to him. He's, like I said, he's very brash. He's arrogant, and so just a lot younger. He's basically he's like the equivalent of a 20-year-old for dragons. So yeah.
We also know. I know, but I'm not as familiar with gem dragons. He's a sapphire.
Sapphire, yeah.
What do they breathe and do?
That's such a good question.
Like
Sapphire dragons are known for their telekinetic ability. They are like metallic dragons where they can shapeshift as well. And I believe with sapphires, let me just double check. They also have a lot of psychic abilities as well. It's a lot of the
so
mind.
Probably like
stuff.
resistance to psychic damage too.
No, actually.
Wow. What are they resistant to? Pain?
Lightning and thunder damage.
Oh,
Well, that's not
that's
too
a
bad.
bummer.
Wait, what?
That sucks for me.
Oh.
That's like the things that I do. That's fine. We'll make it work.
We'll figure something out. We got a whole circle of wizards here that each one of them will take a turn casting powerful spells for us.
At this point, Duskfell does speak. Loud enough that you guys can all hear because it's a freaking dragon talking. But he turns his head back almost like lazily. And to those of you who speak Draconic, you hear him say, Varum Raisir, we are running out of time. You must hurry if you are going to succeed in your mission.
So Leshka understands this.
He shares with the others. It seems that they do have a time crunch, and that they are running out of time for the gem dragon to wait. Right? It was the gem dragon who's
Varum Raisir.
who's fighting the other one, and the green one said that they're running out of time.
Yes, and Duskfell said that they're running out of time.
Okay, so it seems that Duskfell is the older one and informed Varim.
Varim, just call him Varim.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call him Varim. Varim, that they're running out of time.
At this point, you guys hear this massive crash as Varim Raisir and this like 200-foot marble statue come crashing through the outer wall or the inner wall, I guess.
Oh
and
dear!
Bust through into this section of the Scholar's Guide.
Oh, lovely.
Which is an alchemical section. So
Oh,
you
no.
guys also hear a number of different explosions, as potions and experiments all erupt around it, as you guys see. He's strikingly beautiful, but he is very, very large for an adult dragon. He's massive. He almost matches the size of the statue. But he's a combination. Sapphire dragons are very like royal blue. They're sapphires. But he has a combination of that royal blue along with very light blue to his scales, and a kind of a randomized pattern. It gives him this really almost like gem-like look, like a cut stone gem that shines as different light shines through and stuff like that. You also immediately notice that every single one of his scales has been sharpened to be this razor sharp spine. So he's covered in these short little spines. Across the center of his chest, he has this jagged scar that cuts across the entirety of the front of his chest. And then you see that his horns, which floats around his head, they're not actually attached, but he has these horns of sapphire gems that float just about like 6 or 8 inches away from the base of his jaw and the back of his skull and up around and kind of crown him. Each one of these, I believe it was 12 if I remember correctly, each one of these 12 horns that crown his head have a platinum cuff around the base of them that decorate them. You can also see as he's flailing around, pierced into his scales around his chin and through his nose, and then down the center scales of his neck, he has platinum chains that hang from him in almost looks the equivalent of like a draconic like necklace or jewelry type of stuff that all hang from his face and his neck and everything like this. He is tumbling backwards as this statue has tackled him and rammed him into the ground and is dragging him through all the rooms and the bookshelves and across the desks into the center of the Scholar's Guide.
Oh no.
I'm going to have you roll initiative.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
DM, real quick, as we're entering initiative, from what Leshka knows of these dragons, have they in the past been more of a neutral force, more of a positive force, more of a negative force for the world?
Dragons are dragons. They do what they want.
Dad's there.
Okay.
Huh.
All right.
Wow, this is among the lowest initiatives that I have ever gotten. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
I've only had rolled initiative
same.
like twice,
Mhm.
but as Abinthy, but it's pretty low for what I'm capable of.
I mean,
Give me
so
1 second.
are they close to us, DM?
They're extremely close to you at this point. They're within like 80 feet of you at this point. And they're rushing towards you as Vernon Ryseer is pinned to the ground and is being pushed and dragged like a sled, like you're pushing a
Oh my
sled
god.
So it's safe to say
through the floor of the Scholar's Guide.
He's losing this fight right now.
100%.
Okay.
And they don't. Are they? So to clarify, are they like aggro at us? Does it seem, or are they just doing their own thing and it just happens
At
to
the
be
moment,
right
they're
next
not
to
very
us?
aggro at you, but you guys also haven't interfered with them at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, that's good news.
To be fair,
you know, so
if-
whoever's first.
Having a,
Oh.
you know, Renai does have a point. Having a dragon to help fight this golem does make it easier to fight the golem.
20 to 25.
Well.
20 to 15.
17.
That was bad.
That's
your
the lowest.
low
The
one?
lowest on initiative I can get is a 14.
That's stupid.
Oh my gosh. Well, I got
Okay.
my lowest, so we'll see what that is.
I'm pretty
later.
popping.
Stay
I've got a
tuned.
plus 13 to initiative. Dog.
That's
15 to 10.
14.
11.
Never go last.
Edward, what'd you get?
What do you have that gives you a plus 13?
Nice.
Alert or
That's my lowest possible.
And
or
that's
just can add
we'll
their
go first.
intelligence.
Can add your
to
intelligence, yeah. On top
you
of
go
your
crashing
dexterity,
through.
yeah.
At which
okay.
point, and Duskfell, he like, you can see, as the old man that he is in the situation, he just kind of cocks his head before slowly like rising to his feet and he begins like analyzing the battle. He's kind of stalking around and looking for opportunities, and he's looking for an opportune moment before eventually he sees the back of the knee of this creature, this massive golem statue, whatever, that is crushing Varim at the moment, and he goes in and he bites in at the back of it. That's one more. I had to find the thing. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he goes in and he latches onto it and begins pulling and tearing away. These two mighty dragons pulling and like trying to resist this statue, and it's still going strong. It's kind of an intimidating sight. But that'll take us to Triplewoods.
I have an important question.
Yes.
What is the distance between me and the door into the room that the statue should be guarding?
I was thinking the same thing.
I'm thinking.
Let's see, you guys are there. Well, it depends on how you go. Go. Follow the map. So you guys are currently here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's the center courtyard. Here's where and Duskfell was, and here is the one that you wanted to get to. So it's from here to there. Through here is where the statue is like dragging everybody. So they're currently basically right here. So you could go this way, which would be the fastest way because it'd be the most direct. But you would have to interfere with dragons, or you can go take the long way around and also get there. Either way, it's a good. I'd say it's about 1,000 feet either way.
Okay, so that'll take some work.
Mm-hmm.
Are you considering? So it's a skip
combat
deal with
my
the
next
dragon
question
kind of thing?
is: do I think that the door would be open, even though the Colossus is still alive?
Make a intelligence check.
I should be theoretically pretty all right at those if I can roll my dice in the box. It's a 13.
Okay, you're a smart cookie. You know that this library is meant to contain thousands of years of ancient and sacred lore that really isn't meant for people, but it's there because you got to record your history.
You could
So
just
you
say
could make the
no.
assumption that it's not an open door that's just being guarded by a guardian. There's probably some link to whether that guardian is
it's one of those dumb things.
alive or not.
I'm going to clock back at the group, and I'm going to go. Can I assume that we are going to engage in combat with these fine creatures?
We
Yes or
doing
no?
that?
What?
Are we doing that?
I'm
mean,
asking for permission.
I know. I'm
The
asking the rest of
golem
them.
needs help, I guess.
I
I don't know how
mean,
much we can do.
looks
I don't want to help the golem.
Stop them from destroying the library.
So
yeah,
kill
I
the
was-
dragons. That's the goal.
No. Stop the golem.
Don't kill Varim. That would be very bad. But maybe the other one. And stop it.
If we work with them, no,
fine,
listen.
whatever.
If we work with the dragons,
we
they
can kill.
won't attack us.
We can kill the golem. Kill the golem first. That's the priority, I think.
Then the golem is gone, and we have access to this.
My morals.
Oh.
Okay, first of all, you said that they were like 80 feet away.
Probably actually, knowing that I just gave you a distance of 1,000 feet for the door, it's probably closer to like 300 or 400 feet.
All right, well,
Dear
I'll
Lord, and
just-
we're in initiative.
I say Vesh, and my pack drops off, slowly levitates towards the ground. All right, well, let's get hustling. I just take my action and movement to start running towards the center.
I'll say I'm assuming that you guys are all going to move towards the dragons.
Yeah, I think so.
I have a better
we're just
way
gonna-
of. I have a better way of doing it.
Okay.
So if
Go for it,
anyone's near me by the time it gets to my turn, Leshka's gonna use Dimension Door. And get us. And he's gonna take. Who's he gonna take with him?
Who are you gonna call?
I figured Renaya would be the one most gung ho about this. So I will, because I can travel 500 feet with Dimension Door, I'm going to put us like 50 feet behind them.
You can travel up to how far?
500 feet.
500 feet.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
Well, in 10 years, we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and we will. Drew, you're gonna do that on your turn, but we're going to go in order.
Yeah,
so that
yeah,
takes us
that-
to Vareem's turn. He's going to try and get this creature off of him.
I don't suppose we could just all take the dimension door. That's not a possibility.
No, I only get to take one person.
Well, dang.
Aw, nuts.
Well,
My initiative wasn't so bad, Triplets. I could help.
well, thank goodness
As
that you've trained
Vareem
so
is
hard with your cardio.
Dragged into the ground. You watch as he curls around and launches him this statue backwards, which is a terrifying sight because that means a 200-foot statue is flying towards you.
Oh.
It crashes down before Vareem stands to his full might, and you watch as his horns kind of shoot out a little bit, and almost, you know how like lizards will like pop like neck flaps out to be more intimidating? He does the same thing, except it's lit up with these psionic patterns, these almost like hypnotic patterns, as he begins casting a spell. I have to borrow Drew Player's Handbook.
That's
Oh,
weird.
yeah.
Another part of the paper
Classic
dungeon where DM
DM.
flims through all the books he owns to find a thing.
I'm not even upset. Not even sorry.
This
Do you
is
want to plug
a-
table scraps, Aaron?
Oh yeah, so just so you know, we'll be talking about this episode this coming Thursday at 1:30 p.m. CST, give or take. Sometimes
There's
we're off
an
by a
actual
bit.
time now?
Well, I mean,
There's
yeah,
always
I mean
been
we've
an
just
actual
we've done it
time.
at 1:30 for the past like year, so I might as well just call it 1:30. Sometimes
The
we're a little bit
horns
off.
Shoot out, and you hear this deep guttural mumbling in Draconic under his breath as he casts the hold monster spell.
Oh, that's a good spell.
That's a good spell.
Takes hold as this statue in like superhero pose. It like as it got thrown and it rolls and crashes to the ground and it rolls, so it's sliding back on its hands and feet. It grabs the massive sword at its hip, and it's frozen in place as it was like football stance about to just tackle these guys. That will take us to Renaya's turn. Renaya,
Oh,
about
forgot-
100.
I forgot to roll initiative for pockets.
Okay.
Oh, pocket.
I mean,
What did you say?
Pockets will just go on your turn.
Okay.
Renaya, to your left, about 100 feet in front of you, to your left, up in front of you, you have a 200 to 300 foot marble statue that wants to see the end of your life. About 300 feet in front of you, straight up ahead of you, you have Vareem Marseer, the Prince of the Dragons, this beautifully elegant blue and sapphire and royal blue dragon that is currently like lighting up like hypnotic patterns with its horns. And behind that, you see Duskfell slinking its way. It was originally slinking its way towards the statue, but now it's slinking its way back towards the library.
Okay. Well. I think what I'm going to do is if Pockets can go on like around my turn-ish, I'm gonna have Pockets stuff first. Well, what I tell Pockets to do first. I'm gonna have Pockets go invisible.
Okay.
And Pockets is just going to be using his turn, his movement, and his action to just make his way to the door. The like
Towards
door
the-
that was guarded.
The
by
library?
this golem, yeah. So then that's what Pockets is gonna do on all of his turns until he gets there. Then me. How far away is the golem thing from me?
100 feet.
100 feet?
Forward and to the left.
Okay. Then, Dude, I'm gonna regret this. I don't want to fight this golem, but I'm not fighting these dragons. These dragons are doing good work.
These dragons are doing the Lord's work.
Doing the
These
Lord's
dragons are doing
I mean,
exactly
we
what
don't
need.
know about that, but
Well, we
Look,
is a big word here.
Exactly what I need.
There we
So,
go. That's like it.
I am going to Eldritch Blast the golem.
Okay. Go for it.
Will that wake him up?
No, it still has to make a save at the end of its turn.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Is that a good idea?
I mean, look,
Yeah,
we
I'd
either
say-
choose to fight the dragons or fight the golem. If you want to fight the golem, you fight the golem. I don't care what you
This
do to
is
do
a
it.
choose your own
Okay,
adventure right now.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to hold my action to. Well, I'm gonna move forward towards Golem, and I'm gonna hold my action to Eldritch Blast if he gets out of the hold.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
That's what I'll do.
All right. Cool.
But yeah, Pockets is gonna boogie. I don't know what that movement is. Give me a sec. Where's Renaya's information? There it is. Combat for Dummy Lydia. Pockets is at the bottom. His speed is 40 feet, and then he's gonna dash on his turn, so that'll be 80 feet.
He is so much
So-
faster than I thought he was. He's
got,
like a little
like,
cat.
Turns to get there.
He's galloping.
Okay. So mark down one turn, and then I'll have you keep track of that.
Okay.
Is that everything you're gonna do on your turn?
Yeah.
Very nice. Leshka.
okay.
All of a
So
sudden, the dimension door
that's
not quite as necessary.
not quite
you
as
know?
necessary. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Okay, now see. Okay, so here's my thought. Should one of us talk to the dragons to ascertain why they want access?
Dragons, it should be Leshka. Do it.
Why they
Come on.
want access to the library? Has anyone done that yet? Has
I
anyone
like
tried
it.
to
Do
talk
it,
to
please.
the dragons?
Extra
I
comic.
like that idea.
Please do it. Please do
I'm
it.
going to
We're
attempt to
going
go
off-
in on my turn. So
Before
We're going off of
before,
assumptions. Might as well fit it in now before Aventhy destroys these dragons.
I talked
Don't
talked
destroy the
to
dragon.
Talking to the mic, buddy.
Lorenz. I talked to Lorenz. I asked for Lorenz real quick before I walk away.
Lawrenson?
Yes. Has anyone attempted to talk to the dragons at all as to why they're here?
They have refused to answer any questions.
Lovely. Okay, great. Okay.
Oh, what does that do?
That's not very helpful, DM.
Look, I'm going to tell you right now, the dragons are evil, but if you want this golem dead, we need to kill the golem now.
Yeah, but then do we think we're gonna fight the dragons afterwards?
Look, I think that regardless, we need to kill the golem. We'll come to that, cross that bridge when you get there.
Okay, yeah. Fair. Do we think the golem is of this world?
He used to be a hobbit.
Excuse me?
Well,
Oh,
I'm-
golem. Gotcha.
I'm
Figured
wondering
it
if
out.
I banish him, if he can just disappear forever.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you banish him, I'm going to be real upset because that'll break the hold monster on him, which is currently paralyzing it.
I
Because that's
like
what hold
that
monster
point.
does.
I mean, but not if he fails. He'll just.
Until
Until
he
he's
comes
gone
back
and we
every
can't
year.
attack it, and then we have to wait a minute to kill it.
Well, yes, I would only do that if it would be permanently just banished, not if temporary. So
Let's-
for now, I'm just gonna
You know that this golem has been here since the foundation of the Scholar's Guide.
yeah. So it's
At a home plane, it's on it.
yeah
There's
yeah
a pit
yeah.
to the abyss.
I'm
It
going
pulls out
to
its wallet to get its ID.
Yep.
Resident of Scholar's Guide.
Resident
stone
of
tablet.
Scotland. That's right. I'm gonna cast. Okay. Ooh,
Someone said
that sounds like a bad idea.
This whole thing is a bad idea, so go for it.
I'm just gonna walk up, and I'm gonna cast using my
To what? You're 100 feet from the golem. You're 300 feet from.
yeah
Marie.
yeah
Dust-
I know,
700.
yeah. I know. So I'm
Who
just
you
gonna
walking-
I'm just gonna cast lightning bolt using my staff of power
Okay.
at the golem.
Go for it.
And ooh, now
What
see,
is
here's the
it?
thing.
The golem. So I have to find an active stat block for it now.
You
Well,
you
shoot.
weren't expecting us to fight the
No,
golem?
I found one. It's great. I knew exactly where to look.
Now here's the
Okay,
question though: Is the
Torn.
golem resistant to lightning damage? We're gonna find out here
Just shoot the
very
bolt.
quickly. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Do
So
a thing.
so he
Counting
takes
makes me impatient.
10d6 lightning damage.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because he automatically fails strength and dex saves while paralyzed.
So I'm just gonna. I don't have.
Hey guys, not sure if you knew, paralyzed is a very good condition if it's on your enemies, and a very bad condition if it's on you.
Yes, very true.
Whack.
Okay.
This is my home.
Okay,
What?
that's 8,
Sorry, I was thinking Prince of Egypt.
8,
Always.
11.
I am a sovereign prince of Egypt, a son of the proud history.
Stop it.
16.
We're gonna get copyright strike.
17,
No,
20.
this would be a cover of it, which is not a copyright infringement.
They'll no, you're too perfect.
You're too good
Oh,
at
my
it.
internal curse.
You're gonna get smooth McGrooved.
They're probably good at wisdom.
20.
It's a golem. It doesn't have a brain.
What is
The
the math
golem.
version? What is the
It's
math version of
26.
Lashka?
26 points
It's
of
just
lightning damage.
Leshka.
26 points. Of
26 points of lightning damage? Okay.
I rolled very low because I rolled a 1 in every other d6 was a 1.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
Oh, hey,
Man,
that's,
what a loser.
that's okay. That'll be fine.
Can't wait for Catherine to get here.
Rocket this beam of lightning as it crashes into this creature. It can't move or react, but you do see pieces of it chip away just a little bit, just a little crack.
Did it seem to take less damage than I would have hoped?
Hard to tell. Hard to tell.
Did it break the pebble?
I mean, technically, as per the rules say, you can tell if something is resistant to a damage type if you damage it with that type.
It doesn't. It's not resistant.
Okay, great.
Did it break the cause? Is he still held?
Yes. he's
No,
still-
this is not things I was expecting to happen. Let me double check stuff.
Chat has submitted
Always expect
Leshcad
the unexpected
as
with this
one of
crew.
the math. Leshcad. Decent.
Hey DJ, remember how we were talking earlier about how it was like, you'll give us bait and then sometimes I just won't know what it is?
Lesh calculus.
Let's see.
Lesh calgebra.
Oh my goodness, you guys are the worst.
Nope.
Lesh trigonometry.
What, DM?
Let's see.
Less geometry.
What did you say, DM?
Would you like to do anything else on your turn, Leshka?
Nope.
Lesh
Great.
capitalism.
Edward.
Yeah.
What's up, bud?
Would it be at all possible for me to have a
Less
quick
subtraction.
aside with Leshka while all this is going down?
Sure. He's standing right
Sure.
there.
Yes. Can I get close enough? I'm assuming.
I mean, he
Yeah,
didn't
he's
move,
right next-
so
Wait, did the thingy get knocked?
Did the
Is,
thingy
is he
get
still,
knocked?
is he still being held?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Can't get out of it until his turn.
Edward just kind of approaches Leshka. And can this theoretically, since there's like kind of combat happening around us, would it be
Lots
okay
of
if
line noises.
we have a few lines?
Yeah, sure. You
Yes.
say.
Leshka's just like, not Leshka, Edward. Edward's like, Leshka, I'm torn here. I don't know how I feel about being here if they're trying to break into the trial vault. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
That's been protected since then, right? Is it possible that this is a very bad thing that's about to happen if we get access to the trial?
I mean, possibly, yes. However, we would also greatly benefit from gaining access to this information.
Yeah, I'm just a bit worried about being involved. I don't know if this is a good idea.
Two more.
Okay, we know. This is what we know. We know, the Golem will continue to destroy the library, correct?
I saw
That's
the
not
dragons are not going to stop fighting the golem, and the library might not be standing by the time they finish.
And the dragons are trying to get access to the trial. If we get rid of the Golem, the dragons get access to the trial. What if that's world...
We'll cross
all
that
of
bridge
this
when we get there.
Existential problem.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Oh,
You stop your enemy, even if it benefits yourself.
okay. Deep breaths. I think. I think we keep the golem. Try not to destroy it. Maybe we can appease the situation somehow.
Well, the dragons haven't been answering any questions, so they're not going to stop fighting this golem. So unless you want to fight the dragons,
right? Let's keep the golem steady. And all he does, he'll go to the.
Do a thing.
This is really. I know. I have to do a thing. This is just.
It's
really
okay.
Problematic.
It's okay for you to be so stricken with doubt that you don't know what to do, to not do anything. That's okay. That's a character choice. I respect that choice.
Oh gosh, you know what? Okay.
Roll it odd or even for me.
Okay, thanks. I'm so.
Grant.
I'm rarely stricken by this kind of inner conflict, but I really am. That's an even.
Okay. Yeah. No. You are sitting here, and your brain cannot wrap itself around the idea of, do I attack this colossal thing, which could end up with my enemies with the information that I want, or is it worth risking that to get the information that we could potentially need? But also, you're like, I don't really know how much we need it. We've lived without it for this long, and you are so struck. You are paralyzed in your own mind, and you spend your turn doing nothing.
I was about to go up to your room and drop kick you out of your chair.
I know. I just got bamboozled. Look, there's
It
a
has
lot.
been 7 minutes.
There's a lot more on the line than you guys know. For me,
You're
And
fine,
Vessel.
my guy. No, this is tough.
I've
I know
gone
what I
bright
want.
red.
I just find it
That's
amusing
because
that
I know
that
exactly
DJ
what we're
didn't
not
think that we would
responsible
fight the
for.
golem.
What?
I'm so sorry.
What did you say, Drew?
I just find it amusing that you didn't think that we would fight the golem.
No.
Could I at the very least give Leshka bardic inspiration?
Sure. Great. You did
Okay,
something
I'll
good
do that. I did something.
there.
Go get him. I don't know what to do. Just elbow him.
This stone golem, resting in football ready position, begins to crack and move and break out as it begins to stand up, and it immediately just charges towards Marine Mycere. It's going to go up and do some damage.
I was just blessed.
Go for it.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Rex.
so sad.
That he ran away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm so sad that I managed to go first, and it has been the worst choice of ever.
If you went after Leshka, then Leshka could teleport you in there.
I mean,
Okay.
a dog. I could just get there. I already moved.
First one's a 28. Second
Triple
one's a
hits.
25.
Okay. Both those hit.
Both of those hit? Okay.
Leshka, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Why do I need to make a dexterity saving throw?
I'm sorry, not Leshka. Triple hits.
Yeah.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, 16 force damage total.
Oh, very nice.
That would be a
I am. Oh, that's not good.
20.
Okay. You will fail.
Reaction. I'll give myself a +4 to bring it to a 24.
Meets it, beats it. You will take half damage. I need 8d8.
Is this a breath weapon?
No,
Is it a spell?
it's the colossal strength. It's an ability.
Oh. Why am I in danger?
Because you're close to it.
I haven't done anything.
You move. Well, you did move.
Literally
You
was
moved
like,
forward.
guess I'll start jogging.
To be fair, that's more than I did.
I know. I have been punished for taking the correct option. Consistently, I am punished for being better.
Is this the worst we've ever done in combat?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, it is.
It is the worst.
You take 12 points of fire damage.
I do.
Yes, which is pretty good. You guys watch as this statue, as it begins running towards Varine, with these rings of fire on each of its step, explode out before this blast of fire rockets out of its chest
Oh, no.
towards Varine. He takes it on the chin, not really getting affected too much by it, comparatively. But you do see that he kind of like turns and puts a claw before charging into battle as well. That will take us to Duskfell's turn.
Please
Uh,
hold monster.
Fortunately,
Please.
he can't cast that spell.
God dang it.
Don't worry, I'll come to the rescue.
Dude, you are going to be lucky if you survive the end of this combat.
If I
Yeah,
survive the
from
night
me.
IRL.
Duskfell disappears into the outer rim of the libraries.
That's
See,
sketch.
that's good. Wait,
Well, he's probably waiting by the
Yeah.
door as soon as
Well-
the thing dies to go in.
Now that everything sucks.
wait, did the golem get transported or the dragon?
My gosh,
Sorry.
Aaron, we've had one round, my guy.
Dragon
It's
left the
okay.
combat.
I'm not
Okay,
actually
okay, but
that
that's
upset.
not terrible.
I just find it so funny because I was like, great, it's paralyzed, but I already went because of my naturally high initiative.
So Grant
I'm too
thinks
good at
that
this game. I'm being punished.
Grant thinks that we probably need an access to the trial, right, for plot. I am struggling here.
Well, we're not exactly allowed to fight the dragons, considering the fact one of them is the prince of all dragons. So
Hey, we've been the king of the
You kill
dragons
the Prince of
before.
Dragons. That's an all-out war that you just started.
yeah,
That's
I'm okay
We
with
already
it.
did that.
true.
We did that last chapter.
I'm fine with
Yeah, that
either.
did happen.
What's gonna happen here is we already decided at the start when I asked a question what we were going to do. Renaya said Gollum. I'm going for Gollum.
I'm going for Gollum.
That's what I'm doing. Y'all can figure out your own stuff. Abinthy will unsheath his staff sword. I can't remember the name of it. And he will while he's walking, you hear him say, "Fine." Ow! He brushes some fire off. Terpsichore, and you will see kind of spectral strings descend from the sky and wrap around his limbs. My triggered spell from contingency activates, so haste is cast on myself. I had already moved 60 feet on my turn from my movement, so I'm within 40 feet. Okay, which means I'm in range. I can't. So I'll move up to said golem.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna stab it in the leg, and I'm not gonna do as much damage as I wanted. I'm going to cast Booming Blade.
Do it.
Do I get flanking with the dragon?
They are not allies.
I say, I will help you kill this.
No.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
You're too good at this game anyway, Aaron.
I'm trying so hard, dog.
Now here's a question: if we kill the other dragon, is that still all out war?
Right?
A 28 to hit.
28 hits.
Okay, great. I'm going to expend a charge on my staff. Deal an extra d6. This would have been so much better if it was an automatic crit. What a shame. So Booming Blade. So that d8. D8. Okay. And then another d6. So just that for now. That'll just be a really measly, like 16 damage.
Okay.
Some of that is force. I don't know if that matters. Yeah. 16 damage. And then I will disengage using my hasted action.
Okay.
And just go
Come
away.
back. Fair enough.
I'll move 40 feet back.
Verdim Ryseer is going to take a legendary action. You watch as he backs up just a little bit, and then he looks at the fountain in the center of the Scholar's Guide, which is this beautiful ornate statue of this woman holding these two books in her arms as there's like water flowing out of everything. It's very beautiful. it breaks off the pedestal, floats in the air before being hurled at the statue as Barim will use a telekinetic fling to chuck it at the Colossus. It crashes against its face, and it's going to do good amount of damage. Yeah, it's a lot of damage. Just a second. I gotta get some d6s.
So it's wins the race, gang.
Lydia, I'm sorry. Nothing.
Why are you apologizing?
Why would you do that? Am I getting smacked by this?
No.
Okay, I gotta say, while he adds up the d6s, I am very nervous about the trials information being leaked, or whatever's in there being released. You know, this could be the trigger of the next big problem, as far as we know. We don't know the trial stuff is like chill, right? Maybe there's a reason it's hidden.
Plot?
Yeah, exactly. And the plot makes me nervous. Have you seen
As
what
the
happened
statue
last time?
crashes and breaks over this Colossus' shoulder, breaking off a chunk of the Colossus. This will take us to. Oh, it takes us to Vareem's turn. Triplets, just to confirm, is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Well, no.
Great. Let me just double check the.
Bison.
At this point,
Nobody laughed. I thought that was funny. There's a
I didn't even
buffalo
hear what
on
you
his head,
said.
and I said bison. I thought it
watch
was
as
funny.
Vareem takes a step back and opens his jaw wide, and his bottom jaw actually splits in two, creating this massive maw that's split on the lower jaw and then up on top. And you watch. It's too high a pitch for you guys to even register. You just hear like the highest opera singer that you possibly can, like ringing in your ear, but this immensely high frequency echo out of his mouth, and you see the rings of sound echoing from it, and it's going
Does
to
glass break?
yeah, all the glass in the entire place breaks, which is really bad for a lot of those places. I will need triplets. How far back did you get triplets?
40.
Yeah, okay, you'd be just out of it, so it's just the Colossus.
Oh, that's good.
I am 8 to 10. Holy crap. I love
Fighting
dragons.
yourself?
No, I just love dragons. I take 8 to 10 of damage with an action.
So could I.
Is anybody else nervous about this trial deal? Am I the only one
Dude,
here?
I'm nervous that
Brett,
we're not
you
going to get
should be very
access to
nervous.
it.
Wait, what was that, Lydia?
I'm nervous that we're not going to get access to it.
I know you are, and that's what makes me nervous. What about you,
watch
Drew?
as these rings of high-pitched energy radiate
Never mind.
across it, and there are small cracks that begin to form across the chest of this Colossus. Renaya, your turn.
Question.
Yeah.
Can Pockets see the other dragon?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Well, he's going to continue moving.
Yep.
His full turn. And then I'm going to use my action to look through Pockets.
Yep.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to use my unerring tracker on that dragon.
What does that mean?
So that will mean that I magically create a psychic link with one creature I can see for the next hour. As a bonus action, I can learn the current distance and direction to the target if it is on the same plane of existence.
Okay, great.
And that's
pretty
my
good.
action and bonus action.
Very nice. Very exciting. I see you being a little sneaky over there. I see what you're trying to do. All right, you're covering your
I
base.
just- And Pockets just go keep making his way down there.
He's making his way down now. He's
Wait.
shredding. What?
Does the dragon pass by Pockets at any point?
No, Pocket. It was way in front of Pockets the entire
Oh,
time.
dang it. Pockets was gonna hitch a ride.
That will take us to Leshka.
Okay. So
Oh, actually, no. Vareem's going to take the legendary action. Oh wait, no. Sorry, never mind. No, it was his turn. Never mind. He's going to do it again. He's going to do another fling. This time,
it grabs like a whole bookshelf.
He just grabs Leshka.
it's just a little splatter.
Not again.
Ew.
Yeah, no, you watch as like 4 or 5 of these massive oak mahogany desks oak and mahogany desks rise up in the air and just splinter against the Colossus as he just rockets 3 more of them at him.
Okay.
That will be your turn, Lishka.
Okay, yeah. And so the Colossus moved forward. About how many feet?
Like 50 feet.
Like 50 feet. So he's about like 150 feet away.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. And the dragon is like 200 feet away?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Do you need that to be a different distance?
Well, I'm just I don't know what to
What
do.
spell are you trying to capture?
I hate the situation.
I hate.
I don't like this at all.
Dude, okay, now we're in the same boat, Drew. Why haven't you backed me up on this? This isn't good. Okay,
okay.
think that
it's
you
not.
dislike this for different reasons.
I am a sovereign prince of Egypt.
I'm going to make the mistake of casting Summon Aberration.
Oh, let's throw another thing into the library.
Ooh, spicy. Okay. I like it. Read to me the spell, please.
Okay, so you call forth an aberrant spirit. It manifests in an unoccupied space you can see within range. The range is 90 feet.
Okay.
This corporeal form uses the aberrant spirit stat block. When you cast the spell, choose a beholderkin, a slod, or star spawn. The creature resembles that kind of creature and determines what kind of stats it has. The creature is an ally to you and your companions in combat. The creature shares your initiative count but makes its turn immediately after yours. It obeys your verbal commands. If you don't issue any commands, it takes the dodge action.
Okay. One of those things doesn't exist.
Yeah. This is the spell that I told you about, DJ.
Oh yeah, look at that. Let's see. Where's what I'm looking for? So, did it say you get to choose which one?
Yes, I gotta choose.
So between the star spawn and the thing that's not a slod, what do you choose?
What? Say.
So you had 3 options of creatures that you could summon.
Uh-huh.
Take slod off that list.
Slot off that list. Okay, great. I picked the star. I'm gonna do the star spawn anyway.
Okay, let me freaking figure out where to find that stat block.
Well, no. It's not like an actual star spawn. It just
Who's got it?
resembles a star spawn. I have my own stat block from the spell, so you're fine. Don't worry about it.
Great, I love that. Awesome. So you do the thing. You summon it. You guys watch as Leshka reaches his hands out and his eyes roll back, going pale, and these purple cracks begin to form in the fabric of reality as this almost like ghostly like star spawn creature, this I believe it's like a starfish, right? If I remember correctly.
It's just a lot of tentacles mainly.
Yeah. These tentacles like reach through the cracks of
it's a
reality
space squid.
and drops onto this plane of existence.
Yep. Specifically, so I'm going to spawn it basically right next to the statue, the Colossus.
Right next to the Colossus, yes.
Okay. And then it is going to, after I do that, I'm going to start making my way around and towards the library.
That will take you a good long while.
I know. And then I will command it to make some attacks against this dude. Equal to half the spell's level, which is, so that's 2 attacks. Great, love it. Okay, great. Spell attack modifier. Okay. Okay, great. I don't suppose I would have advantage for any reason, would I?
No, not at all.
Okay. The first attack misses.
Okay.
Ooh, well, the second attack isn't a whole lot better, but I might be able to hit with it. That is going to be, I'm going to use my Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah, you are.
Can my Star Spawn use my Bardic Inspiration?
I would say probably not.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it does count as kind of a separate creature. Yeah.
Okay, well, does a 17 hit?
17 does not hit. It whips out these 2 tentacles that wrap around the Colossus, but it just shrugs it off as it makes its way charging towards Vereen Mycere.
Okay. And then Oh, also, the Colossus has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Sorry, let me just get the 30 dice out of my tray.
I forgot. There's a thing that happens at the start of the Starspawn's turn.
This is a mess.
17?
Yes, that just barely succeeds. So nothing happens.
Never mind. I don't like that. 16.
Okay. Well, that would fail.
Boom. Great.
So it takes 2d6
Change
psychic.
my mind.
It takes 2d6 psychic damage.
It's immune to psychic damage because it's made of rock.
Probably. But it would take 10
Jay
points of
cried.
psychic damage.
You quickly learn that it is immune to psychic damage.
I
Oh
figured.
my god. Wow.
This
I just wanted to get you that.
this is.
Oh well, great. Okay, that means my spell's worthless.
Let's just wait to see what the aberration does with the library.
It's just
It goes on a
Bring
rampage.
all-
Hear me out.
Well-
What if
See
the
how much
aberration goes
worse we
into
can
the
make
door?
this situation.
I mean, the aberration is fully under my control, so.
Could
For
I
now.
turn the aberration
No,
into a frog?
it just is. It just is. It's not
Trauma.
like it's
How
not
would
like summoning a
happen
fiend
if-
where you can lose control of it.
I polymorph the starfish from the sky
So,
into a
let's go.
starfish.
Your turn.
Yeah, no, there's nothing else. I did everything on my turn. I moved the action, bonus action.
You're like, well, I did my thing and start jogging over to the.
It just leaves. The...
Leshka abandons you. You are still here, paralyzed between your indecisiveness. What would you like to
Me?
do?
Okay, he says, well, it's better than destroying the thing, I guess. And he, wants to touch. Yes, indeed. Touch the giant statue, the
What?
Colossus.
Okay,
Yes.
it's about 100 feet away from you, maybe 150.
Oh, okay. Well, he'll, teleport to it. Dimension door.
You cast Dimension Door?
I cast Dimension door.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, I have that.
Ugh.
And I'll teleport myself close enough.
Are you
To
bring
touch it.
anybody with you?
You
Can
guys,
I? Is somebody next to me?
Renai is next to you.
Renaya, let's go.
Yay!
And
You
he
watch
looks
his
at her and says, "We must get closer. I have a plan." And
Okay.
then he, and then there.
And then
My
he
die, it's your fault.
waves his hands around, casts a spell, and he watches this extremely elegant door appears out of nowhere, and he just like opens it, and it opens into nothing before letting you go through it. And as soon as you cross the threshold, you teleport away. But it's literally just like a door frame in the middle of nowhere until it just disappears.
I miss my door.
And then I will use action surge, and I will go get.
Nice.
Yeah, and I can cast another spell if it's action surge, right?
Yes.
Yes.
No, action surge doesn't allow spell casting.
Action surge is
Is that true?
another turn, I thought.
No.
That's not
It has a
another turn.
specific number of things that you can do. Oh, wait, no, action surge. Yes, I was thinking haste. My bad. Yes, you can. You
Yeah,
can
hey,
absolutely
okay,
cast
yeah,
another spell.
exactly.
All right,
I was
just
gonna say,
checking.
Aaron, you're the one who's always talked about how action surge is
I know.
broken
I
for
legit.
spellcasters.
I was thinking about the spell haste because that's what I have cast on me, and I was like, haste. No. Haste. You can
Just
only.
a different-
You can only use the attack one weapon attack dash disengage hide or use an object. There's no
Yes.
spell casting.
Grant, you can cast another spell.
Yes.
Sweet,
Free.
and then I'll touch it, right? I'll just touch its heel or something, whatever I can, right?
It's
It's so unassuming. I just kind of walk over and touch it, and I'm going to
It
try
has
to
no-
cast.
Exist.
It has what?
No clue that you exist.
Yeah, exactly. And I
Yeah.
just cast bestow curse, and that's to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 10.
That doesn't cut it. We're doing something, and
So proud.
and now, while cursed, wait. Target you. Can't I make it so it doesn't do anything with the spell?
There is one of the options that does something similar to that.
Yes. I'm so sorry. I really thought I had this down.
It's all good.
Oh, I see. I found it. Sorry. While cursed, the target must make a wisdom saving throw at the start of each of its turns. If it fails, it wastes its action and turn doing nothing. Let's go. I'm just trying to settle the situation. It's
You're like,
better if this golem
Let's-
stays still instead of gets destroyed. right? Because that would be big bad if the golem that protects the trial room is destroyed in Edward's mind. So,
Well, won't the dragon just kill it easier if it can't move?
yeah, but maybe the dragon won't care if it can't move.
I mean, it can't
right?
get into the room until the statue is
until the
destroyed.
thing is dead.
And you bestow this curse, and immediately the statue locks up on itself. Would you like to do anything else with your turn?
And he just looks to Renai and says, I just want this madness to end, I guess. And you begins bardic inspiration on Renai. He says to her, we gotta get this under control, whatever it takes.
Get this under
Wait,
control right now.
what's the inspiration die?
It's a D6, I think.
It's a
I'm
D8.
pretty
check.
sure it's a D8 for you.
Yes, it is a D8 now. I've leveled up.
It was a D8 before you left for the break.
Yeah. It
Oh,
was.
well,
Okay.
my memory.
That'll take
Can I
us to
start
Colossus'
it?
turn. Wisdom saving throw. Natural 4. Which is
Now,
4.
buddy, you
It doesn't do
stuck there
anything.
doing nothing, you cursed
is-
dummy.
Stuck there as it almost is like on the verge of like roaring in pain is kind of what it seems like.
Renaya high fives Edward.
Yes, I did something. I didn't do nothing.
Renai is like, thank you for helping me kill this golem.
I know, and Edward's like, oh god.
Triple wits.
All right, it's my turn again. Well,
Hold on.
What?
I said once more onto the brink.
Oh, shoot, the golem goes before me. I thought a dragon went before me.
The golem
Um,
went, and then Ash and Duskfell went, but you can't see on Duskfell. So
Yeah, that is a pain in the neck. Oh, jeez.
Pockets
Well,
can see.
and well, it's not Pocket's turn.
I mean,
Heck.
I should probably just try to kill it. That's what Abinthy would do. So I'm gonna walk up. I'm going to Booming Blade again. It's a classic. You know, you love it.
Sometimes you hate it.
No, you always love it. Can I attempt to get flanking with one of the two people? Like,
You can get around its ankle.
sick. I do that because I like having help hitting things. I'm just a
we
man.
like giving help.
Just a man. Am I a muppet? Or
Oh
am
my
I?
gosh.
Am
Oh
I
my
bad?
Ocean
26
man.
to hit.
No.
Take me by the hand.
I will use a point from my tome to add an additional 2d6 and a point from my staff to add an additional 1d6.
That's an
So
additional
do-
3d6.
That's how math works.
Watch as Abinthy destroys the Colossal. What's gonna happen next? Find out later today on the Paper Dungeon. Really? After that, you
23,
yawn?
24, 25, 26, 27.
Sorry, I've been up since 5 a.m. So.
I understand.
That will be 32 damage and it's knocked prone.
Ooh. And it's not prone.
Yeah.
You knock the Colossal on its back.
And you slash through its ankle, and you guys watch as this blinding light kind of streaks across the sky as he literally cuts away the Achilles heel of this Colossus. It slowly begins to topple backwards. It's not dead or anything like that, but it is on its back. It can't move, so it's just like.
It's like that scene in Shrek
Unfortunately,
2 when
tall statue falling backwards, unable to move, does crush everything in its path.
oh god.
There's a lot of collateral damage. You hear all
Three
the mages
giant
go.
creatures. It was bound to happen.
But the statue's on the ground. It's broken. It's good stuff.
It's like that scene in Shrek
Hasted,
2 when giant Gingy
Hasted
falls.
Fang. I'm gonna stab it again.
Yeah, go for it.
A much less effective 19 to hit. Oh, wait, no, hold on. It's more than that.
Ocean man, take me by the hand.
No, it is a 19. 19 to hit. I thought it was more.
19 will not hit. You
Oh,
go
what
up
a bummer.
and try and poke
Oh,
him and
wait,
get
I have advantage
points off.
because it's prone. How about a 20 to hit?
20 will not hit as well. It still glints off.
I'm an absolute liar. That's a 12 plus 11. I'm terrible at math.
So
Does a 23 hit?
23 will hit.
We got there, guys. I don't know why I added that to a 20. All right, one more charge from the staff to add an extra d6 to the damage. You know how it works. Good Lord Almighty, it would help if I could roll above a 1 on the die. That'll be an additional 16 damage.
Nice, very nice. Yeah, you go in and you just poke. You just poke it. Yeah, very nice. You definitely did some damage to it. Definitely did a lot of damage to the library, but you're feeling confident. You're feeling good.
That is not my problem. Renai said kill Golem, I kill Golem. I will now move. I will move to behind where the dragon would breath attack me. If he were to breath attack the Golem.
Sure. Yeah, you move out of the way.
I will willingly allow the Golem to make an opportunity attack at disadvantage if it wants to.
No, it's not.
Thank God.
It's also, it can't move. It can't do anything.
Oh, shoot, yeah. Well, I didn't know if that was on its turn or if it was for the whole round.
It must spend its turn using its action and its bonus action to not do anything. I'll say that that usually would probably apply to an opportunity attack and a reaction, but we can discuss statistics later. Vareem Mycere's turn. You watch as this Colossus falls. You quickly get out of the way, and you watch as Vareem kind of stands tall before pouncing, basically like a cat, onto the chest of this creature, and it burrows through the Colossus, cracking and breaking away at its chest before burying through, and it actually breaks all the way through the chest of this creature and pulls before cracking the chest in half. And it's also the entire way. It just breaks the whole Colossus apart, and it bites down on the head and chucks the head through several of the bookshelves in the main entrance, and it breaks the let's see, it'd be that way. I'm gonna say breaks number 22. It breaks the library specifically that has to do with the gods. It just shattered the whole thing.
Not upset about this.
The Colossus just crumbles.
I have a very
That was so anime.
Yes, Aaron.
So when the dragon pounced, did it like move out of my area of attack?
It was never in your area of attack, so
I moved like behind it to that's
you
why
stay within 5 feet of the dragon.
Oh yeah, I mean if it's not focused on me, I just want to be like below its leg.
Okay, sure. Have your opportunity attack.
The dragon?
Well, no. I haven't. God, this is just assuming that I'm going to do things. Can I just attempt to just hitch a ride on its leg? I just want to grapple it with an opportunity attack, and by grapple I mean just hold it.
I will make an athletics check.
He has
I
plans.
will absolutely allow this.
Aaron has plans, and it concerns everyone.
Look, I'm fast. I'm not that fast.
Oh, that's smart, actually. You're just hitching a ride.
Yeah. Does a 19 with my +1 got an 18 on die?
Sure.
If it passes
I just
by pockets,
step
can
up.
pockets do the same thing?
This is very far away from where pockets
I
is.
like that.
That's why I said if it passes by pockets, can pockets do the same thing?
Yeah, well, sure.
Just like clings to the bottom.
You just grab as it pounces and rips through. You're just like, oh no! As it's like ripping through and his legs are flailing.
Very stoic.
Thanks for the Prime subscription, Ryan. Or Mickey, Joe, dude.
Nice. Nailed it.
You guys watch as it tears through this Colossus. As soon as it begins to crumble, these massive wings unfurl from behind it, and it launches itself towards the trial. As it begins flying, you guys all start sprinting towards the trial, as literally everybody does. Yes, Drew.
To clarify, especially as soon as the golem would have died, Leshka is dimension dooring closer.
Okay, yeah, you get another 500 feet closer.
Yeah, just.
What about the aberration? Is it just chilling back there now?
Yeah, he'll dispel it. It's gone.
Oh, okay.
It's just breathing weird
The
tentacle
whole
noises.
time. It's like glowing and like spewing like purple fizz, and it just like ends up just.
of the world, the real deception.
Just screaming into the sky.
Edward, we need to get to that room. Can you do the dimension door again?
No.
Edward!
Look, I only have a few tricks up my sleeve. Okay.
You guys
Time
watch.
to
and
run.
You feel the wind on your face as Verim Raisir launches itself back towards the library of the trial. Triple Wits, you do know he arrives very quickly. Renai, go ahead and make an athletics check for Pockets.
Please, buddy, please, I need you to do this so good. You're not going to, but you need to try. Yeah, no, he doesn't do it.
Pockets tries. He launches his mouth in the air, but he just can't find purchase on the scales as he just gets whipped. He's spun like a top in a cartoon before falling down onto the ground. Triple Wits.
Yeah.
You are flying, holding on for dear life, ragdolling like a flag behind.
Stone faced. This is not the first time I've been through this.
After about 800 or 900 feet of flying, this Marine Mycere transforms into humanoid form. And you get launched as you keep going and he stops.
Am I headed towards the door?
Yes.
Do I see the other dragon? This is the second question I have.
No.
Where is
Okay.
he? I still have my unerring tracker on him.
He's there. You just don't see him. Triple Wits, you'll take 26 points of bludgeoning damage as you crash into the door.
I do have a question. Is this falling damage?
Sure.
Feather fall.
Okay. You,
I do a cat-like, grace-like landing. I Spider-Man the door.
yes, that's exactly what you do. You get launched towards this. You do a flip right at the end, kind of like how swimmers do when they're like doing their laps
Mm-hmm.
through the pool. You do a flip, and you just like float before you gradually touch it, but you don't defy gravity. So then you just fall into your side on the side of the door.
I do a blade landing.
Yeah.
Beyblade.
Look slowly up.
Beyblades. Let 'em
You guys
rip.
all begin sprinting as the doors to this creak and crack.
It opens just like that. Triple Wits. Nice.
Not because of Triple Wits.
I think it is. Abinthy believes it is.
Two humanoids race past you, Triple Wits, who you can only assume are Verin Mycere and.
I mean, the moment the doors are, I'm walking into the room.
Yes, no, that's fine. They are sprinting. You guys have. I'll give each of you guys one turn. Once you get there, to try and find something.
Where
Oh.
can Pockets is still invisible?
That's fine.
Are they like destroying the library?
Right now, they're looking for something, but they're gonna
Same
find
initiative order?
Okay, is there a chest of anything?
a chest.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. What I'm going to have do is I'm going to, through Pockets, while I'm searching for other stuff, I'm going to cast through Pockets. Where's it at? Secret chest,
Okay.
which is one of my cleric thingies.
Okay,
Is
okay.
special. So what it does is it is going to hide this chest and all its contents on the ethereal plane. I must touch the chest and the miniature replica that serves as material component for the spell, which Pockets is Pockets. I'm assuming he has something that'll work for that.
Auto even.
No.
Does he have a miniaturized chest in his pockets?
Even?
Sure.
And then the chest can contain up to 12 cubic feet of non-living material. So yeah, but then while the chest remains on the ethereal plane, then I can do stuff to call it back, but basically it's just gonna put that on the ethereal plane.
Okay. Very nice.
And then I want to find a thingy that I can grab.
All right. I will allow you to do two things, technically, even though you just said
Pockets.
chest. Pockets is a little different, but I'll allow it.
I mean, you don't have to allow it.
No, I'll allow it. It's cool. It's cool.
Is
It's
it,
cool. It's
is it cool? Is it okay?
You
Well, I mean,
kidding
we
me,
already
bro?
said it's cool.
You're out here saving
Don't let this
universe.
drop, Lydia.
Oh,
You have been given a chance. You take it and run.
I know. I just feel bad. Okay,
Don't feel bad at all. No. You don't feel bad for being awesome. You never feel bad for being awesome, okay?
I'm looking for anything with Lex, Ruat, or the just.
It's not that hard a word to say. It's Justitia. Go ahead and roll an investigation check. I'll have everybody roll investigation checks.
DM, I would like to get close, attempt to get like semi close to the dragons.
Okay.
Because
They're scouring.
what?
They're
They're-
scouring.
Okay, yeah. But they don't seem to be like destroying anything, right?
Well, they're not being overly respectful at the moment.
Yeah, but they're like not like going out of their way to like rip books apart and stuff, or like catch stuff on fire, or burn stuff, or destroy.
It looks like this. They take a book off, they flip through it. If it doesn't go, they throw it over their shoulder, or they tear it in half, or do whatever.
Okay.
Oh god.
Okay. The tearing in half, that's mendable. It's not lost forever.
Okay,
but I would like to cast Detect Thoughts
Okay.
in order to know what the heck their thought process, like what they're thinking, like try to figure out maybe like
On
why
who?
they're here, what they're looking for.
On who?
Not the psychic one,
Okay.
because it feels more likely that he would have a way since he's a psychic boy too, to probably like figure out this is happening and like prevent it and like get really mad at me for doing it.
Hold. Second. Give me 1 second.
Yep.
And the rest of you have rolled investigation checks, correct?
I have a question.
I haven't yet.
With my haste, am I able to use an object to just give myself advantage by
Sure.
like having an extra open a chest kind of deal?
Yeah, sure.
Sweet.
Wait. Over here.
So we're not necessarily going in any particular order.
No,
Right.
right now you're just rolling investigation checks.
Okay, well, first, I'd just like to input this. I think Edward would instantly go to Avanthy and say, "What we're looking at, we are blessed to
You
look
don't-
at."
Edward,
Dang
you
it.
know that this is on the verge of destruction. You know that
I
you have
know.
to grab whatever you have and before it blows up.
Yeah, Edward was just gonna say, "We need to protect whatever we can find," and then he was gonna inspiration Avanthy is all.
Do we
If
know?
that's fine.
Do we know?
Yeah, if
Okay,
you want to
cool.
use your turn to inspire apathy,
Oh
that's
no, I don't want to use my turn to inspire Avanthy.
I still have
Do
my
we
inspiration.
know why it's gonna blow up?
Wait,
Drew,
I have-
you know why. Because as you detect thoughts, you hear two immediate thoughts.
Uh-huh.
You hear, where is the list? Where are the sacrifices?
Okay.
And
Where's
then
the
you
list? Where's the sacrifices?
understand their plot to immediately burn everything as soon as they find what they need.
Okay, lovely. I tell this because I'm connected to Renaya. I tell this to Renaya. And then, oh boy, we can't let them destroy this.
I got a 24 on my
Please.
investigation.
Okay.
Edward,
so I
please.
suppose a turn wouldn't constitute a bonus action and an action.
Okay.
Sure.
Yes, inspiration to Avanthy. Thank
Please,
God.
please.
And then I would like to specifically look for the original rules, quote unquote, that were instated after the trial, or you know what I mean, the original rules that were then broken. I want to try to find those
Okay.
because those don't exist in a physical form, right?
Do we want to fight?
Not that
these
you're
guys?
aware of. Not
So-
to know history.
That's what I want to try to find is the specific rules for the world, basically.
Do we want to
Very
fight?
cool.
Do we want to fight these guys?
Hey,
Leshka-
DJ.
Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, you're fine.
Avanthy, as he is searching, will take a brief moment and a deep breath. Open his eyes. They are a clear, like sky blue with golden threads running through them. I rolled a natural 20 and an 8 on my bardic inspiration for a total of 33
Mm-hmm.
on my investigation. I want to look for where the weave is strongest.
In the world?
Where is the weft
Interesting.
leading me? Let the magic
So-
guide me, DM,
So you're not looking for information on the weave. You're letting the weave guide you to.
to what I need most.
Okay.
What?
3 for what I need most.
This is a thematic way of me saying I got a 33 off of a natural
Yeah.
20.
No, I
Please,
appreciate
DM.
Yeah. Yes, true.
I don't suppose there's a way for me to try and find this list before them.
You can definitely try.
Okay.
You have no clue what you're really looking for, but you can definitely try.
Okay, great. I would like
Go
to
ahead.
do that if possible.
And I am keeping my unerring tracker on that.
Yeah. Okay. And Edward, what'd you get for your investigation?
Say Lushka or Edward?
Edward.
Oh, sorry. Oh gosh, I got a 23.
23. So just to confirm, Renaya, you got a 24 on your investigation. Edward, you got a 23 on your investigation.
23.
Triple Wits, you got a 33 on your investigation. And Leshka, you got a.
Getting there. I'm getting there.
I don't know if it matters, but I did roll a 20 for both of the die on the advantage. That is a legitimate
You
thing
got
that just happened.
Double nat 20s and an 8 on your inspiration.
Yes.
17 plus 6, baby.
Look, Leshka is connected to the weave.
Triple Wits.
It's my bad.
I rolled a 21.
21.
This is the luckiest moment of my life. I will roll nothing but 5s for the rest of time. DJ,
You
don't let
literally
this
rolled
go to
max.
waste.
So,
This is the best I have ever and will ever do.
in a blur of actions and thoughts and reactions, you guys all rush into the library. Renaya, you immediately see the chest. You send pockets over it. He immediately starts pulling out his chest and casting the spell while you zip around. What are you looking for specifically, Renaya?
I'm looking for anything related to like Ruat or Lex or the
Eustacia.
Keywords. She's looking for keywords.
I'm looking for the keywords.
You begin searching through the different books, the libraries. There's not a lot. This is a very, very small library comparatively to the rest of them. Even smaller than the Library of Lost Lore, as just the amount of information in here is very limited. You are drawn to a somewhat familiar painting. You see a depiction of the trials, one famous throughout history, where it's this vast expanse, this vast hill, and on the right side you see this woman, adorned with nothing, no clothing, no jewelry, nothing, but her long silky hair that covers all that needs to be covered, and she's standing out with her arm outstretched and the rod in front of her. Behind her you see these monstrous figures. At her feet, you see the armies of man, and across the field, you see what looks like to be another army opposing to it. Beneath that, you see a small book. It's probably equivalent of like 100 pages or so, but it's a recounting of the final days of the trial. You grab that. You see that it's slightly damaged, but you do grab that. Triplets. You sit here with your eyes ablaze like whatever the sensei is in
Oogway.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Dang
Uh,
it. That was the wrong one.
with the bright blue eyes.
Yeah, I
the one
got it.
Trinity. And you simply close your eyes and you just walk with your arm outstretched. And you find yourself resting with your hand on a book. You pull it out. And you have a book of arcane siege weapons used during the trial.
Oh, that was useless.
That's
You
pretty
went
That's
to
the
cool.
worst.
English
I was hoping
language.
for like a common to ancient language lexicon.
You gotta be more specific than that, my friend.
I was hoping that you would give me the most plot relevant book.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
You said,
wait.
I think I went with the most arcanely powerful book in here.
This
That's
is
fair.
important. This is important because Ruat or all of those little pieces are involved with like ancient powerful weapons. So you
I'm
might
not
have a
actually
list.
upset. I just like
Oh,
throwing
okay.
a fit.
You just like get upset. Edward, you got a 21? Or
I got a
22?
23. 17
Okay.
plus 6, baby.
And you were looking for the original 10 Commandments, quote unquote, of Lana.
Yeah, basically, that would be best case scenario. What he is looking for is more specifics on essentially the rules of what makes society work, because that's basically what she instated, right? Was like, here's the rules you need to follow. He's looking for anything that gives insight to that, I guess, what she originally said.
You find a small, it's almost like an article that was written, titled The Insights of Lonantari, our goddess.
This is good. This is really good. Edward puts it in his
It's small
bag.
scroll, but you stuff that in.
Edward puts it in his bag, yes, so nobody can see it.
Perfect. Leshka,
Uh-huh.
you were looking for these sacrifices, this list. And you got a 21?
21. I don't suppose I would have advantage because like if I'm semi reading his mind, like I know where he's already looking and not finding success, so maybe I can look at other places that are similar and maybe find success.
No.
No.
Does
Okay.
he have advantage because he's a librarian?
No.
Dang
That-
it.
that's a shame.
It was worth a shot.
Yeah. This place is too old.
Does I have
There's no
advantage?
Dewey
Because
Decimal
he's
System.
cute.
Does I get advantage because I'm also a dragon?
And look
kinda
at that
cute.
hair.
Look how
No.
cute he is.
I don't think we're getting advantage out of DJ
And it's
today.
still a good roll. I'm not giving you advantage on a roll of 21.
I know.
You begin searching through,
Uh-huh.
and you have a terrifying moment where you genuinely think you're gonna die
Mm-hmm. Oh, lovely.
Ego death.
because you have a meet cute moment
Oh, lovely.
with
What?
Urim Raisir
Oh, God.
Uh-huh.
as both your hands land on this list.
Uh-huh.
He looks
Oh,
up and
I get.
he's dazzling.
Do
Do
I see what the list?
Kiss him.
Do I see the list?
It's like Lady and the Tramp.
Oh, he won't expect it.
When the moon
Oh,
hits.
You can't see the list or anything like that. It's just a pile of papers that you can feel it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do? Because he's trying to grab him. He's trying to pull him away from you,
Kiss
and
him.
you can see the bloodlust in his eyes.
Yep. This is a mistake. I'm gonna attempt to. Okay, guys.
Dragon or you?
Guys, hey, it's been a good run, Fleshka.
Fleshka's expendable. You gotta protect
I'm
this list, baby.
I'm going to do this as a quicken spell. I'm gonna spend a sorcery point to do it as a quicken spell, so it's only a bonus action for me.
That's good.
My heart is
you don't have
beating.
Fleshka.
Because technically I
he's
don't
fine,
have
isn't
an
he?
action. Yes, that is technically true. To
Don't you know you never fight the dragon? He'll eat you in the minute. Spit you out, garbage.
I'm gonna cast banishment on him.
Oh, I was hoping you would like teleport or something.
Oh, that's smart. That's T actually.
I mean, if I cast teleport, isn't gonna do anything for me.
Oh no,
I
this
was
is. I
hoping that
think
you would
this
just,
is
like, plane
brilliant.
Shift yourself. Just eat.
Go for it.
Just
It's a
go
little
home.
awkward.
I believe I need to roll something.
Yes. Sorry, give me 1 second.
Probably like a charisma save or wisdom.
Gosh.
Where?
I'm so scared for you. my
I'm
God.
scared for me too. Okay, so you attempt to send one creature you can see within range from another playing existence. Target must use on a charisma saving throw or be banished. Hey DJ, could you please roll like a 1?
17 plus 9.
Nah, well that succeeds.
That's unfortunate.
You go to cast banishment, and he just cracks this Origon.
Oh,
backhands you, and you go.
Oh.
You do tear the sheet in half.
Ooh.
Wait, this could be good because they want it.
Like I'm holding on to like one half the sheet.
Onto one of the sheets, and you manage to get the bottom like third of it as it tears in half, and he gets the rest.
And I go flying
so
backwards.
good.
How much damage
As
do I
you
take?
fly back, you go.
Oh, he's rolling.
Is this falling damage?
No.
Dang it.
No, this is being thrown across the room damage.
That's like horizontal falling damage.
It's like horizontal falling.
Not how gravity works.
That's not how it works.
Someone cast reverse gravity, make it go the other way, and then you're set. You take 174 damage.
Fleshka, come on, my guy. Come on. hang
Fleshka,
in
what's
there,
your
buddy.
max?
I'm fine. I'll be fine.
What's
You
your
take
max,
57
Fleshka?
points of slashing
Oh.
damage.
You said
Well, that's
37?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that was way less than it could have been.
Yeah.
We're good.
Okay.
We're fine. We're fine.
Fine.
That would have killed
Boo.
past Leshka.
Boo.
Take 37 points of slashing damage as he rakes his claws across your chest.
And like, do I go for like flying backwards?
You go out of the library.
Nice.
You get blasted out the doors.
Nice.
Or the front.
Epic.
As soon as you do, he erupts into his natural draconic state, and Duskfell also does this. This tiny library is now filled with 3 other people and 2 massive dragons. The ceiling busts open, explodes at the top. Yes, triples.
I was just gonna ask. So
In the middle of all
they're changing into a different form. Would that be time for an action?
No, it's instantaneous.
Okay. But if they're going to make an action, tell me.
Okay. They're gonna make an action.
I was just gonna ask if I could also make an action.
That depends. What is it?
Well, I just want to shield the 3 of us from the whatever blast is about to occur.
Okay. Yeah. Fair. Yeah.
I'm gonna use my haste to just position myself between Renaya and Edward, and then do a Gandalf shall not pass and cast a wall of force around us.
Okay. Perfect.
Gosh, I love that, man.
Create this wall of force as you watch as you know how in How to Train Your Dragon there's like the 2-headed dragon and one of them like has the acid and the other one,
Yeah,
like,
one of
slices
them
and lights
does
it.
yeah.
They basically do that. And Dustfell releases this huge amount of poisonous gas that Varun Mycere then lights with a quick scratch, and it explodes into this massive ball of fire. And you guys watch as far as you know, the only source of literature and documentation on the events of the trial, the actual true events of the trial, erupt into flames.
I'd like to do something.
Okay?
Cry.
I immediately run in. Because
You get blown up.
it's not. Well, no, it's not like after the explosion happens, obviously.
Okay.
Because,
Alright, okay.
but it's not all gonna. But it's mostly on fire. It's not just instantly destroyed, right?
I don't know, dude. He
Some
at
of
that
it's like-
point just kind of
There's a couple. There's a
dust
few things that might still be
Well,
smoldering.
Okay. Well, see,
Right.
here's the thing. But again, it's on fire. It's not just instantly destroyed.
Drew, it's like a bomb went off in here, like a massive bomb. We're talking about like several tons of TNT, and so there's the most of it immediately got eviscerated.
Okay.
Mending.
That's
There's some of it,
Mending.
say like to a 16th of the knowledge here is burning quickly.
okay.
So it's
I
most
use
of it's gone.
I use the spell Cone of Cold, and I use my sorcery points to change it from. Now this is technically a bend of the rules, but I can use transmute spell to change the element of the spell. Can I, instead of being ice, can it just be water?
So this depends, Drew, because you and I have had the discussion on how D&D elements are different than traditional view of elements.
Mm-hmm.
Odd or even.
it's just slightly warmer ice.
Well, I rolled a natural 20 for even.
You rolled a natural 1 for odd.
Water damage is better than fire damage.
I got a 19 for odd. So no.
Wah, wah.
Why'd you say anything, Aaron?
It was worth a try.
Can we leave the room?
My
this
haste
cone
spell
hole
is
spraying ice everywhere, and it does. Some of it starts to melt right away. You maybe might save a few of the tomes.
whatever is inside of this area of wall of force is pretty alright.
There's a chest in there.
Woohoo!
No, there's a chest in you through a plank.
There's a miniaturized chest in here.
It's
well-
an ender chest.
As your hearing comes back and your sight comes back, as you guys basically were flashbangs, you can see the tails of these two dragons slithering out of you. What would you guys like to do?
Can we go
I
back
take
to
a-
the fortress? I
I
don't
take a
want to be
breather.
seen here.
Because my haste spell ended when I cast Wall of Force, so it'll take me.
I'm keeping track of where he's going.
Okay, they are leaving the library currently.
Okay.
I,
If we get to a location, let me know.
I just recover whatever books I can.
Okay, yeah, you start picking them up and you're just like patting them against you and patting them off and
I assume there's
will-
like library people doing the same.
oh
that
yeah.
would come
At this
in.
point,
Yeah.
the place has been rushed to as people are just desperately trying to recover any knowledge that they can.
I want to go to my room.
Okay.
The abyss.
No,
Oh wait.
Like in
Library.
Gambit's Keep.
no,
Oh,
the
in the-
library.
In the
Well, I'll drop the Wall of Force.
Yeah.
I'll help with the whole restoration product. It's gonna get wet, but I'm gonna cast Watery Sphere and just roll a ball of water around the room, just kind of
That's
like
epic.
like a dung beetle.
Fair enough. Yeah, you guys you douse the fire, you manage to save, quote unquote save. You manage to prevent the most of the tomes from being more than half burnt. You have the books and the scrolls and the pamphlets that you guys rescued and the chest that you rescued, which is hopefully going to be helpful.
Don't
The
you dare-
dragons
don't you
disappear.
dare do it.
Renaya, over the course of the next hour, just so you know, they had you can keep track of Endustfell, and he heads. Let's see, he's there in Elon Ryan. You guys are in Elon Ryan, so he heads due east across the desert for the next hour before your spell gives up.
Okay.
Can I look at the names of the scrap of paper that I got?
Can we go back to the keep and look at all of our stuff?
Yes, I would like to get out of here as soon as we can.
I look at Leshka, the one who knows how to run the magic circles.
I mean, I don't
Leshka.
feel like I can leave.
Can you send us
Leshka.
there?
I
and
can
then you
send
join
you.
us when
I
you
can
have
send
time?
you guys there.
Leshka.
Oh, question. Did you
Lawrence-
grab something from the library?
I have this as I hold up the scrap of paper.
While you're doing restoration here, and you can join us whenever you have time, can we take a look at that back at the keep?
Yeah, sure.
Lawrence approaches.
Leshka will take a quick glance at it.
Just give me a
yeah,
sec.
but-
Give me a
yeah.
sec. It is all right. We have enough mages here that we can make sure that this stays of ours. You go take care of this. This is important. Figure out why they were here.
Yes. Thank you. All right then. Quickly this way. As Leshka very quickly jaunts over to the teleportation room.
I love this guy.
Send the bill to the Elven embassy.
You guys rush
back
back
and
to Gambit's Keep. And for the first time in a little bit, you find yourselves in a familiar place that doesn't seem to be a source of chaos. There's peace for just a second. You all pull out your different documents.
I don't. Edward doesn't.
Okay, perfect.
I am going down to be by Rock Ross too. I
You're-
know I can't bring him up.
What?
I'm going to go to a Rock Ross as well.
Okay, a rock for Ross. Sorry, I heard rock and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. For everybody but Drew, we'll go through your information next week because I have to figure out what exactly it is you guys got.
Of course.
But Drew, on your list, you see 3 names. Or sorry, 2 names. You don't know one of them. and I don't know one of them. But one you do recognize. On the list, you see the name Miriam Azima.
Every time.
Wait, is that the lady that was in the Shadowfell?
Yep.
In the in-between, yeah.
So it's a list of people who probably were resistant to like the anathema, or like who would be potential people who know stuff about the trial, and would be potential threats by leaking information, probably.
Metagaming, Aaron. They also mentioned sacrifices, so it could be that a collection of their deaths trigger a certain event.
Right.
Oh, God.
Or they need to have a person at a place where they can then sacrifice them to trigger a thing. And they just happen to be the special lucky ones.
Yeah.
You went down to Iraq for us.
Yeah.
What's up, Cole? What you doing?
I'm gonna.
The world.
I'm just gonna try a whole bunch of things.
Okay.
Like clicking them together, tapping them, trying to disassemble anything.
Okay. Make a Arcana or Religion check.
Can I assist? I would like to be there if possible.
Sure. Yeah, with advantage.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. This is 23.
You spend about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, trying different ways of getting Ruat to attach to Lex. You touch them together, you try to screw it on, you try arcane means. Let me just double check.
Did they try like Elmer's glue?
Gorilla glue?
Gorilla glue.
Flex tape.
I've got Gorilla glue right over there. I also have tape here.
It's just like taped together and glue is dripping off.
Glue.
It's like a
Begins to look like a childhood like craft project. There's feathers hanging
You've
off.
got macaroni.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somehow Cheerios found their way onto the amalgamation.
Put on everything. Eventually, you are not able to get them together, but after a little while, you are able to realize that Arak Varos is modular. The head can be removed. It's tedious. It's time consuming. As you know how like there's like Japanese carpentry that doesn't require any screws or like that. It all just like locks together and it's solid. It's kind of like that. And so you have to go through and figure out a way to disconnect this. But you now have a second rod named Lex.
Oh, this is huge. Also, thank you for the raid, Knights of Silver Moon. The Knights send their regards. We got the message. Thank you for being here.
Very nice. Thank you.
Nice.
This is near the end of the episode.
You and Abinthy, eventually, you manage to get this up. So the way it works, you separate the shaft from the head. And you realize that the shaft is actually somewhat hollow. Grant, you immature child.
I can't help it.
I didn't even do anything. I was just I was listening. I was thinking.
My face has gone bright red. Just
The
continue.
ring that had Lex around it. So it was like there's the head, and then there's a ring of Vistrusium, and then there's the shaft that came out of that ring. The ring, where it connects the shaft is hollow, and there's actually a rod inside that. So it's the ring and the rod that goes about 6 inches into the shaft. So there's 3 separate pieces. There's the shaft, there's this rod, 6 inches of Vistrusium with the ring that says Lex on it, and then there's the head. You pull out that ring, that piece of the rod, you pull out Lex, and immediately you feel the power that it holds now that it's separated. You have a little bit of context here. You quickly realize that you are immediately bound to this Renaya. You know what happened with Rurai.
Temptation.
Abinthy, get away from me.
What? Why?
Get away from me
Are you
right
all
now.
right?
Do not touch me. Get away.
Are you
Get away.
contagious?
Don't.
Poisonous?
Don't. Do you want to be cursed and bound to me and then I have to kill you? I will. I'll do it. Back up.
I don't plan on touching you. I just enjoy creating tension in very tense situations.
Okay, well, you're kind of upsetting me, so back up.
I take a. I don't. How can I assist you?
I need somebody I can kill, and it's fine. Whoa, that's kind of offensive
What
to
is
goblins.
happening here? How is it okay to just kill people now?
Look, I'm a demon prince. Stuff happens.
Oh my gosh.
Abinthy ponders.
Well, Drew has another character that he plays.
That's Olashka.
He's already died a couple of times.
Why don't we just curse
Hey,
Aleshka?
nobody touch me.
Gone.
Nobody come near me. Everybody
And
stay away.
sounds
Oh no,
a
Renaya, not again.
Of the rod. We're gonna go ahead and end tonight's episode.
Ah, Renaya's in quarantine.
Come on, man.
Okay,
No.
but wait, we figured out, right? We figured out other parts of the rod.
I'm upset.
What's his name? Tripowitz has a list of the ancient weapons, which probably have the different rods in it. You know, Renaya's
Maybe.
cursed, but what are you gonna do? Also, the whole part of the library got destroyed, which is kind of a problem.
Yeah, it,
I mean,
I'm
as
just
you guys
soaking
took
it all
note,
in here.
of the 24 or 25 individual libraries, probably like 7 of them are basically completely destroyed.
There were probably the 7 not important ones, though.
Yeah,
Right.
you know, one's about like the gods.
Like the library that's like just a library full of cooking implements,
Yeah, it's just like all the plants of the
like
world. yeah.
recipe books.
Ugh, I kind of don't want to kill anybody again.
I'm just saying, Abinthy's never died,
Oh,
so.
could you
I like
imagine?
experience.
Renaya has to kill Edward now.
No,
So,
I mean Abinthy's
um,
Abinthy. Look, it's the first time. It's fine.
Fuck.
I
don't
may take you up
agree.
on that.
Next week, we're gonna figure this out.
Immediately kill Aaron's new character.
I'm into it.
I'm just gonna make a new rule. If you kill a character to gain a rod, they don't come back.
Aw, well, that's not fair. What am I
Well,
supposed to
hey,
do? Nobody
look,
touch me.
DM, you,
Well, then here's
you
the deal,
made
you
the
can't-
rule.
You can't make me linked to another player character that I have to kill.
I warned. What do you think I warned you for?
I
could've
know.
been-
I'm just saying.
Really linked to
saying.
everything because you guys have been working this problem for an hour and a half.
I'm just
All right,
saying.
I'm wrapping this
You
up.
you
Cut
have
it,
made
cut
a
it.
history now of giving us things and
Thanks
then
for
snatching
watching.
them away. Do
Good
not
luck
hand
and
us Abinthy and then
godspeed,
snatch him away.
Dungeoneers.
Thank you guys for
We will
watching.
see
Good
you
luck and
next
Godspeed,
week.
Dungeoneers.
Mom and Dad, stop
Yellow
fighting.
Oh, God.